Hello everyone, it's Lisa from Crafting and Cruising. Come on in here. It's been a little while since we've been on. So we're here today to do something fun, and pretty. I hope we get it done in one day. We may not. Hello, my sweet friend.
Let me turn my sound down here.
Gosh. Okie dokie. Say hi when you get on. If you don't see the live button, that means you're on replay. Please hashtag replay so I can give you a proper welcome. And we're going to see what we can do. I can't wait to show y'all what we're doing today. You'll like it, I think. I hope. So, tell me what all's been going on with y'all. Sandy Stanley, sweet Lori Ramirez. Lori, you can stay on your page. You don't have to change. You can go right back on Nana's Homemade Treasures. Hey, Jamie. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome, everybody. It's a dreary day here in Nashville, Tennessee, and I heard we may get some snow showers tonight. I'm not holding my breath because right now it's like 60 degrees. So that probably won't happen, but they said it might. Ronnie and I have a dinner to go to tonight, so I've already gotten my makeup on. This is not what I'm wearing tonight, but I wanted to go on and get ready and then show y'all what we're going to do. And we're going to get as much done as we can. If we can't get it all done, so be it. We'll continue on. What's it doing where you are? Hey, Carolyn. Hey, Tony Etheridge. How are y'all? Ronnie's back there on comments. So let me show y'all, and I'm going to have him tell you a little bit about it before we start because he put all this together, and I want him to explain it to you. Hey, Karen. So he created this frame for me. You want? Let me let you sit here. You just sit here.
All right, here we go. I mentioned a few weeks ago that I was going to do this. Down in the basement, we had some old parts from chairs and different things. So I took some, these are some old chair legs Lisa and I picked up at a outside yard sale somewhere, Kentucky somewhere. This is part of an old bed with a fleur-de-lis on it. Hello, Karen. Hello, Judy. And this probably came off of some kind of little end table or piece of furniture or something. So I just cut pieces up and matched them up and routed some grooves in the outside of these things so that I could put a board in the middle to put a picture on. So Lisa's gonna doll this thing up good and put some kind of a picture in the middle and make it look all pretty, and it's got a little thing to hang it on the back so a person could hang it on the wall. But I think it's gonna be an interesting looking picture frame. So there we go.
Okay.
Turn it over
now
to the
you
crafter.
want to take that apart from me first?
Ooh.
So
Made a mess.
he actually screwed the side legs. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Maria, sister. He screwed the side legs, the legs in with screws so it would stay together. But in order to do it, the way you're going to do it, he's going to take it apart for me so it'll be easier. So here's my plan. And I knew I would forget to do this. I will put in the comments afterwards the link, my affiliate link for Reba Rose. We're going to use a Reba Rose beautiful paper. This is it. And we've already laid it down to see where we need to cut it off. Now, Rodney got this printed for me at Staples because the center part is a weird size. So
You don't want all these. Give me that leg back because I gotta take the screws out the rest of the way.
So, see, it's a weird size. So he took it and had it printed for me after I downloaded it at Staples. Hey, Sandy. Sandy said, hey, Rodney, great piece.
Hey, Sandy. Thank you.
Here's my thought. And this is why it's probably going to take a while. I will tell you the name of that paper is D as in David, dash 17 dash grand piano. And then she has another piano on there that's really pretty with a lot of pink florals around it. So what we're going to do is we are going to, since this paper has a lot of green in the florals. We're going to crackle the legs, the top, the bottom, but we're not going to, and we're going to crackle this paper after we put it on. So what I want coming through the crackle is going to be green. And I'm going to mix 2 or 3 greens and paint this green, except, no, hold on, not this. All the legs, the top and the bottom, we're going to paint green first. This is going to be painted white so that we can decoupage on it. Then we're going to try to crackle over the decoupage. Fingers crossed. So, right now, I'm going to put out on my plate.
Is going to be white?
That's going to be white. So, we're going to put the green first, then we're going to crackle, then we're going to use white. I'm using Evergreen Deco Art Americana, Deco Art Americana Hauser Light Green. And probably going to have to add a bunch more in a minute. And then I'm using Deco Art Celery Green. Somewhere I've got Hauser, what is this? Hauser Light. That's Hauser Light Green too. Somewhere I thought I had a medium, but I think this will be fine. Ooh, I didn't shake that up very well. So, hey Renee. So, here's what we're going to do. Let's start with this piece. Now, here's my thoughts. This is going to go at the top, okay? So, I'm thinking that what I may want to paint this in and the bottom piece is, if I can find my paint tube,
hello, Pamela Berry.
Gold, not the sparkly gold. Where is my gold? Hold on, y'all. Let me find that. It's the gold that we used to use. I think it's called antique gold. Instead of the bright gold, because if all this is going to be crackled, then we really don't want it to be, or I don't want it to be bright. But I'm not seeing my, Ronnie, I'm going to let you come over here and look for the
gold.
I had one over here on the window.
Oh, there's some.
There may be some in there.
There's a row of paints back there, but
yeah, I'll look back here.
Okay.
It used to sit right here in this end, and it's not down here.
Your husband may have
So
moved
y'all, Romano's still here. Romano, can you say hi?
Hi, hello.
He's lean over here so they can see him. There he is.
Hi,
Fixing his lunch. So I was thinking about using the gold on this part at the top and the other part at the bottom. Hey Pamela, hey Lisa. And then if we decide that we need more ump, we could go back over it with the liquid gold. But I'm not sure we're going to need that. Okay, so let's get started with painting. I'm totally discombobulated because I haven't been in here in a while. Okay, so I've got these paints. This one was really, really oily, so I'm going to need to mix it up and put a little more on here, I think. So who is ready? Hey, Diane, who is ready for Christmas? If we get through in time, I thought I would do a walkthrough of my house inside and out. If we don't, we'll do that maybe tomorrow. Because we may have to finish this whole thing tomorrow.
That says khaki tan. I don't think it's quite gold.
I've got gold somewhere. Ronnie, maybe over there in that box in the top of the...
Roll around.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I've got a bunch of this green on here. I'm just going to tap in the dark and tap in the Hauser. And this is what I want. I don't want it to be like one solid color, okay? Because once we put the crackle on and we go over it with white, then this is the color that will show through. So, I think what I may do is go on and do the entire, even the fleur-de-lis in the greens, and crackle over it with white. See how we're just picking up different shades? Hey, Sandra. Hey Sandy, and then we can go back over it with the liquid gold. I mean with the antique gold. I should have like at least 2 containers of antique gold around here, and now that I want it, I can't find it. Isn't that how it usually goes, y'all? So, I am through decorating. Well, that's not true. We still have to put lights in one tree on the porch, and then in the outside reindeer. But other than that, then I'm through with my decorating inside and out. And I've gotten several Christmas presents purchased, and most of the ones that I have purchased are wrapped. Still not where I want to be, but here you go. Hey, Vonda. I'm trying to think of where else I would have paints. This is really the only places.
Antique gold.
Yay! This gold is what I was talking about. On the bottom piece and maybe on the fleur-de-lis. But first, I'm just going to go on and get it painted in the greens so that they can be drying. Then if we decide that we want to do the antique gold, then we'll go over it. Just paint right over it. Not a big deal. Nothing to panic about. All this is paint. So sometimes people fret and get real upset if something doesn't turn out exactly like they want it, but it's just paint. And I am going to, not during the live, but I am going to paint the back. I was going to actually do a different rice paper on the back until Rodney told me that the back has the hole cut out for a hanger. And so I'm probably just going to paint the whole back in this green, just because I like for my projects to be finished. And even though it'll probably be up against a wall if somebody purchases this and hangs it on their wall, that's just who I am as a person. Lisa Corby, my sister, how are you? I've thought about you a lot lately. I need you to call me and catch me up. So,
Lisa, would you like me to put a base coat of white on this to facilitate speed things up, or just take
that
it
would
easy?
be awesome.
I bet you've got a thing here. You got some white somewhere over there.
I do.
Right there, it's snowy white. Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, Janet. Lisa, tell me what the weather's doing down there in Florida. Is it cool for y'all? I know when I was listening to Debbie Rigg, I guess it was yesterday or day before, you know, she's in Scottsdale, Arizona. And she said, it's kind of cold here. Oh, yeah. That probably means it's down to about 85, maybe 88. But I guess to them, that's a cold front coming through. So, but it seriously is like in the 60s here, I think. But then they said, well, we may have snow showers tonight. So we went to Ohio and saw our friends. And they are also some of Romano's supporters. Y'all saw I put my grungy shirt on because I didn't want to mess up that other shirt. Lisa Corby, you will like this shirt I have on. Let me hold this up and show you. A palm tree all decorated for Christmas. Anyway, we went to Ohio and had a really nice time with Linda and Ron. And y'all, when we got there, I turned on my computer, my MacBook Pro that I bought in January of this year, and no screen.
Black screen of death.
No screen. I was so upset. So, Ronnie and I started doing research to figure out what we could do. And of course, you know, there's all kinds of forums on there that tell you, try this, try that, push this and that button together, and turn it off, turn it back on, blah, blah, blah. So, I tried all the things, and I just got green paint on my fence. I tried all the things to no avail. So, I got it at Best Buy. Of course, it's still under warranty. I haven't even paid the stupid thing off yet. So, Rodney took it over to Best Buy Sunday, and they said, yeah, it's still under warranty. For a $90 deductible, we can, send it off, and but it may be a couple of weeks before we get it back. I said, I cannot go 2 weeks without my computer. I know that's terrible. But y'all, when I can't type on my phone, I hate typing on my phone. My fingers are so fat and they get in the way, and then I make mistakes. And then by the time I go back and, hey Jenny, hey Brenda, by the time I go back and correct my mistakes, I could have typed it 10 times on my computer, because I'm a fast typist, but not on my phone, not with these fat fingers. So anyway, I turned it off. I prayed. I said, God, please make my computer work when I turn it back on. It didn't happen. So he took it to Best Buy, and Best Buy said, yeah, for the $90 deductible, we can send it off, be gone for a couple of weeks. So they said, but you can, if you want to, take it to the Apple store, and they won't charge you anything. And, they can either repair or replace the screen. So Rodney took it to one Apple store close to us, and they said that it was going to be, that they didn't, what is it, Rodney? They didn't have the part.
They didn't have the part, and would have to send off for the part.
Yeah.
And it would be a while.
But there was another Apple store not far from us that he could take it to. So he took it to that one, and they said they had 2 screens left in stock, and one of them would fit my computer. And this was like late Sunday afternoon. No, Saturday afternoon. Sunday afternoon. So anyway, they said, but we don't work on them during open hours. We work on them after we close. For real. So he told Rodney they had a screen, so they would put that screen back that I needed, and so they said, they would get to it. And so they took Rodney's email and my phone and Rodney's phone numbers, and said they would email first to let us know when it was ready, and then they would call us. Well, hadn't heard anything as of today. So Rodney called over there, and the lady goes, well, I need your order number or your whatever to get it done. And Rodney goes, well, they didn't give me that. She goes, well, without that, I can't give you any information on the status. It's so tough. Peggy Martin's watching. Let's see. Lisa Corby's bipolar here. We had back and forth weathers. It was in the 60s during the day and 40s at night. Now we're back to 80s in the day and 60 at night, but supposed to get a cool front. Girl, I tell you, I think everybody's weather's bipolar, frankly, at this time of year especially. So,
Santa Claus is North Polar.
Did y'all get that? He said Santa Claus is North Polar. Oh, he's so funny. So, anyway, she couldn't tell us anything unless we could come up with the work order number or whatever, which they didn't give Rodney any of that. So she said, well, y'all need to check your emails, check your spam. We did. Neither one of us had anything. She was sorry there wasn't anything she could do. So I said, so in other words, y'all have my computer to fix, but if I come over there to get it, then I can't get it because I don't have an order number? Well, you can come into the store, blah, 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 blah. So Rodney called. We hung up, and then Rodney called back. Fortunately, got a different guy who was very nice, and he looked it up and gave us the order number. My husband had presence of mind enough when he took it over there to take a picture of the serial number, because that's one thing the guy asked for today. Do you happen to have the serial number? And Rodney goes, well, as a matter of fact, I do. I took a picture of it. So once he gave him the serial number, then yeah, he was able to find it, no problem. And so he gave me the work number, the work order number, and said, now you can go to the link that I'm going to send you, and it'll tell you the status. So I went to check out the status, and it said awaiting parts. I thought they told you they had the parts. He said they did. So I was going to try to create my own paper for this project today. And I cannot do it on a phone. I tried today and I just can't do it. But I was getting so frustrated. I had to finally just stop and go take a bath and say, forget it. I don't even care anymore. I'm going to use a different paper. So that's when I decided to get on Reba Rose's site. Y'all, she has some absolutely stunning, stunning papers. I was in an event before promoting her papers, and I just love her creativity. So I think it's Reba Rose Creations is how it's listed, and I am an affiliate, so you can find the link on my link tree. And you know, if you do that, then if you order anything, I get just a little fee kickback. And then I will put in the comments after the live is over. I actually had saved my affiliate link to post in the comments for y'all, because the Book of Faces doesn't like it if you post it in the description. So I was going to put it in the comments, and then I forgot to copy it to paste it. So I'm drying this a little bit because this is going to take 2 coats on this piece. So that'll give this some more time to dry before we put the crackle on it. Now remember, when you use crackle, the kind I'm using is the Pent Art Fine Line Crackle Medium and Varnish, and it's 2 steps. So you have to use, for both steps, a completely dry, fluffy brush. Don't rinse when you do step 1 and then dry it off and expect to use it again. It has to be completely dry. And then you have to dry completely in between both of those steps for it to crackle. Now, here's one question I have for creators who are on here, because I forgot the answer to the question. If I'm going to put the decoupage paper on and then crackle over the decoupage paper, do I need first to put a top coat on before I use the 2-step crackle? Anybody, can you answer that for me? I think I do, but I'm not positive. And I don't want to get it on there and then it not work because I put the top coat on. But I'm pretty sure if you're going to decoupage, if you're going to crackle decoupage paper, pretty sure I remember somebody saying that it has to have a clear coat on first, which is going to be a lot of coats if it's got paint, then the paper, and then the 2-step decoupage. But I do think that's right. Yes, top coat. Marie Chapman said, thank you, sister. That's what I thought. I knew somebody on here would know. So, let's see. What else has been happening with us, Robbie? Robbie went out of town for
Take a little trip
a couple of days to Florida to do a job. Romano is going to be going to Florida on Sunday, I think. Saturday? What time do you leave?
2:30.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Then you're not going to be able to go to the party with us. I thought he was going to go to our camping party. But he leaves Saturday and goes to Florida to see some of his supporters. And we'll be back on the 17th, just in time to get ready to go home, see his sweet family, and be there for Christmas. So he went to Kentucky and visited some supporters, including my best friend and her husband. And y'all, I'm going to be posting on my page soon a video that he did today. He has a annual Christmas party for his church members, and it's not just for the members of the church. People from the community come too when they find out it's going to be going on. And the people in the church cook a meal, a big meal, and then he likes to gift each family with a live chicken that they can take home. Hey, Deborah. You do, Lisa? Okay. So, he has made a video here from the bus talking about his fundraiser. About raising money to do that. How much is it per chicken, Romano? How much do you try to collect?
25 per chicken.
20? 25?
25.
$25 per chicken. Hey, Deborah Jed, sister. And so if anybody would like to participate in that, if you will let me know, I can give you my PayPal or my Venmo, and then you can send it to me, and then I'll get the money out and give it to Romano. So when he gets home, he can purchase some chickens. It's always a big event. How many people did y'all have last year, Romano? Do you remember?
Yeah, exactly. 200 plus. What was that?
200? Wow.
Plus people,
But you don't have 200 that come regularly,
yeah.
right?
No.
Oh, Deborah, you got that sweet baby boy. Deborah's got a new grandson, y'all, and she's holding it.
Congratulations.
Yes. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to repost his video onto my page so you all can see what he said. It's just a little short video, and you can see what he said. And if you feel so led to bless the people in his church. For those of you who don't know, he is a pastor. He's from Haiti, but he lives in the Dominican Republic. And he has a church. He has planted 3 churches in the Dominican Republic so far. 2 of them are still going, the one he's in. And then another one that he started that another pastor has taken over. And then he has his soccer ministries. He has a men's soccer ministry, and then he has a kids soccer ministry, probably more boys than girls, but it's really for any kid that wants to come and learn the game of soccer, which is like the national sport of, not of Dominican, baseball is of the Dominican, of Haiti. And then he shares the gospel of Jesus with his men's team and his kids' team. So it's an outreach ministry, but a way to get them active. A lot of these kids are at-risk kids, and so it kind of keeps them, grounded and doing something positive. So anyway, a lot of his team. Is it required for the team to go to your church, Romano? Your men?
Now, some go to different churches.
Oh, some go to different.
We always invite people who are not involved.
Okay. So, but if y'all were on the video where I interviewed him, basically the pastor of the church does everything. It's not like American churches that have a full staff. And he's got some deacons and a pastor or somebody that speaks for him when preaches for him when he's gone. But basically, if somebody goes to the hospital, has a death in the family, is going to have a baby, whatever, then, Romano is on call to go, basically 24/7.
Especially now, no Haitian can go places.
Yeah, that's right. He said especially now because Haitians can't easily go places. Hey, Jill. Hey, Beverly. If y'all didn't see that video, you might want to go back and look it up and listen to him talking about all the horrible things that are going on to the Haitian community in the Dominican Republic, as well as Haiti. I'm sure y'all know Haiti's just a mess right now, totally run by gangs. But the Haitians, like himself, living in the Dominican, are at risk. Now, he's not at risk of being deported because he is a permanent resident of the Dominican. However, his wife is not. And right now, the Dominican government is not giving anybody new visas or passports of any kind. Neither is the Haitian government. So they're stuck. And so what happens is they're going in and The police and the immigration people are going into people's homes. If you don't let them in, they'll break in, and you have to produce your legal papers. And if you don't have them, then they deport you unless you can afford to pay them whatever they tell you they want you to pay so they can put it in their pocket. It's basically what's happening. So it's a very, very difficult, dire situation. And he had a couple people deported from his church. I think they both are back, or maybe at least one. But then to get back, see, they have to pay. In Haiti, they have to pay the driver to be able to bring them back. So if you get deported, if you don't want to be deported, then you have to be prepared to pay, whether it's immigration or police or whoever, to let you stay. But then if you do get deported and you want to come back, then you have to have money to pay them to bring you back across the border. And then there's absolutely nothing from stopping, some other policeman or immigration officer from coming in your house again. And while they're in there, if they see stuff they want, your shoes, your clothes, your phone, your TV, whatever you have that they want, if they want it, they'll just take it. And there's not a thing you can do about it. It's awful. No way to live.
Maria Chapman said she sent her gift for Romano.
Oh, she did? That was nice, Maria. When did you send it, sister?
Probably just now.
Oh, just now she sent. Well, that's so sweet. Thank you so much.
What's that noise?
Romano's back there doing something.
No, he's right here.
He shut something. Okay, y'all. I know this is not necessarily the fun part. And I'm just going to be doing the crackle next. So if y'all can't stay, I totally understand it. But I kind of, hey, Jill, Beverly, I kind of wanted you to see it from the beginning. Okay, Ronnie, will you sit this leg somewhere so I can do the other leg? And then we'll have all the parts done. And we can start the crackle. So let's see, what else were we going to tell them? I asked Rodney what he wanted for Christmas. Rodney, you want to tell him what you told me you wanted for Christmas? I'm sure they'll be curious as to why.
Oh, the stuff for the apartment?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've been redoing an apartment that's part of our house. And the only thing that's left to do is the bathroom needs to be redone. So I told Lisa, instead of buying me a Christmas present, just be prepared to either buy or help me get some parts to finish up the bathroom, like a tub shower or something like that.
Like a tub shower combo. So, yeah, y'all, our house, y'all know our daughter and her two daughters live with us. And when she was married to her ex-husband, they lived here. And so Rodney had made an apartment through part of our basement, or in part of our basement, for them to live in. And after my mother passed and we were going to have to get her house ready to sell, there was just this big old bunch of junk that happened with the county that we live in, which is a very uppity county, I might say. We aren't, but the county is. And so they made him take out the bathroom in that apartment because they said that our septic tank wasn't big enough to support all the bedrooms that we had, and blah, 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 blah.
Even though it had been working fine for many, many years.
Yeah, and we've never had a problem with it. But that's just an uppity county for you, a way to drive people crazy. And so he had to basically just turn that apartment into a storage area, which is where we keep all the Christmas stuff now. But and it's not a big place at all. But if somebody needs a place to stay, it's got a bathroom, it's got a full kitchen, and then
full size bed.
It's got a full size bed if you stay downstairs in that main room. Then right off the kitchen, there's actually like a loft that there was a bed in. But it's just, you can just kind of sit up there and lay down on the bed. You can't, it's not really a place to sit or entertain or anything. So maybe for a college student, if they needed, you know, a place for a while, then it would be sufficient for that. But anyway, so, you know, he had to take it apart just to get the approval or the permit or whatever it was that, you know, we had to have. And now he's got to put it all back together if we're going to do anything with it. So I asked him, I said, well, he's real easy to buy for, because we're the kind of people, if we need something, we just go get it. And so we haven't been really making a big deal over Christmas for each other lately, but I did make a list, and I do know for sure that he bought some things on that list. So I said, now you're not going to give me something for Christmas and we may not give you anything, so what do you want? And he said a shower tub combination, or a shower for the apartment. I went, what? So then he explained it to me, and so he's been looking on Marketplace, and
so they can be anywhere from 1,000 to 15,000. So fix me a good one.
It's ridiculous.
Anne's Arts Antics is watching.
Hello, hello, welcome, 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 y'all. We're almost to the end of this paint thing. Then, like I said, it's gonna be boring because we're gonna do the crackle, but we can still sit here and visit.
I think you need to show them what's going to go on the page thing.
I will, as soon as I get this done, so they can be drying.
I think this may be dry now, but I did maybe.
So I would like to know, what do y'all ask for Christmas? Because I'm not shy about asking. I mean, sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. Like for my birthday, you know, we didn't even end up celebrating my birthday with any of the family because it came and went and everybody was busy, and, you know, it just didn't get done. So I got a couple of cards, and then Rodney gave me some stuff, but as far as family members or anything, that didn't happen. So, like I said, if we need something, we usually get it. But I'm a traditionalist, and I love celebrating birthdays and Christmas and things like that. So I think it's always nice.
Maria says, perfect, and I'll have my bedroom in Tennessee. Come on down, Maria.
Come on, sister. I told you, you can come anytime. You don't even have to wait for that to happen. You just come on. Your bedroom will be waiting for you. And if the bedroom's not ready, then you can sleep out here in the motorhome like her mama's been doing and like others have done. You know you always have a place in Tennessee. Any of y'all, do you ever want to come to Tennessee, or you do come to Tennessee, please let us know so we can meet up with you and offer you a place to stay. So we've also been watching some Christmas movies. I'm keeping a list on my phone of all the Christmas movies we're watching, just so if somebody asks me to recommend one, I can tell them what we've been watching. But we've been watching primarily Netflix instead of the Hallmark Channel. So I think we might switch over and watch some on the Hallmark Channel.
Tina Hunt Campbell is watching.
Hey, Tina Campbell. Okay, so now we got it all greened out. I feel like we're doing the Grinch, but it's not bright enough for the
Maria is getting an embroidery machine.
You are? Fun. I didn't know you wanted to do embroidery.
A machine to do it. You know, Maria, one of the things years ago when we were little, lived on a farm, we had some old houses that were on the farm, and upstairs in one of the old houses was an embroidery machine that would automatically embroider things. It mostly was circular, but it had like 150 needles around it, and when you cranked it, it would automatically, the needles would go up and down, and you could actually make stuff with it.
Oh, that's cool.
But it was old, but you know, for us kids, it was a pretty neat thing to find.
Okay, here's my question to kind of speed this up. I'm going to do this first part, and then do you want to take over and do applying this to the pieces, or do you want to dry them? Because I have to dry them in between layers.
I'll just dry while you work.
Okay, well, let me get the dryer for you. Where is it? Oh, it fell on the floor.
Follow the cord.
Wrong cord. Alrighty. An embroidery machine. Well, I asked for some Brighton jewelry. Now, this is step one, y'all. And you can see it's white when it goes on, but it dries clear. You just want a generous layer on there. Now, Rodney had really wanted me to do this in a bigger crackle. I just don't like the big crackle as well. I like the fine line. So anyway, we got to put this on here and then dry it, and then we'll do step 2. But it does dry clear. So I had some Brighton jewelry. Hadn't gotten any Brighton jewelry in a while, but I've got a Christmas Brighton bracelet. I have this got Christmas charms on it. I've got just a regular Brighton bracelet, and then I have some of my charms that I took off my bracelet because it was so heavy. I put on a necklace that already had something else on it. So I think I want a longer silver chain in Brighton to put some additional charms on. And then, I don't know about y'all, and there may be some guys on here. Well, Mono, just close your ears. But I have problems finding bras that work for me. So I saw some advertised from a company that I have bought bras from before that I liked, called Ebby, E-B-Y. I do not like underwire, and so they have one that gives you the support of underwire and looks like it has underwire, but it's not underwire. And so I decided they were running a special probably for like Black Friday, and it was buy one get one free. Of course, they're like $75, but anywhere you go to get a bra now, it's expensive unless you get it like at Walmart or something. So anyway, I asked for that.
That came in today.
Oh, well, apparently it came in today, so there's no surprise there. Hey, Nancy Weeks, Lewis, sister. So there's no surprise there. And then what else did I ask for, Ronnie?
Brighton and that's all.
No.
That's all.
No, that's not all. You're just saying that.
That's all I know.
What else did I ask for? Y'all, he knows what else I asked for. He just don't want to tell me. Probably means he bought it.
No. That's all I saw was two email links.
No, I had more than that. Seems like there's something from Amazon I wanted.
You didn't finish painting this one. I got to turn it back over to you.
Seems like I looked at something on Amazon. I told you I wanted. Probably not craft supplies, because if I had asked him for anything else to do with crafts, I think that would have been a hard no. What's wrong with it? Oh, well, you can do that. The green's right there.
Oh.
And there's my brush. You just have to take it out of the water. Okay, so let me get the sides real quick on this piece, and then this will be ready for Rodney to dry with step 1, a fine line crackle. Oh, I was going to show y'all that came on late the paper I'm using from Reba Rose. Here it is. Isn't that gorgeous? Love it. And it is DD-17- Grand Piano. Then she has another one on there that has more like a lot of pink florals on it. It's really pretty. If y'all are not familiar with Reba Rose, make sure you go and check her out because she has gorgeous stuff. So this Sunday is the Mystery Box Challenge, you guys. So I will be in it. My box came yesterday. Of course, I haven't looked at it. Rodney brought it in from the mailbox. Said, here's your mystery box. I'm so proud of whoever sent it to me for writing mystery box on it, because sometimes I'll get a box, I have no idea what it is, and then I'll open it up and find out it was mystery box and I wasn't supposed to open it. So anyway, the theme this time is, what is the theme? Angels? Is it? It's not Christmas. I want to say angels. I should know since I sent a box, but I will be honest with you, I can't remember. Pretty sure it was angels. So, and I've got it on my page. I will repost it and be sending a telegram out for when my time is. I believe it's in the afternoon. And I'm on Central Time, so anytime you see me posting, you'll see the time in Central, and then you can just translate that to your time zone. So I've got that coming up, and then in the first of the year, you guys, I'm real excited about this. Kind of nervous about it, but excited too. Here, Ronnie. I need tips on mystery box events so we can do ours next month. I'm nervous. Don't be nervous. I'm going to check the Reba Rose papers. You'll love them, Lisa. Do you have one of the legs handy for me? Then, starting in January. It does? Okay.
From the end, maybe.
Let me do the other part first. So, in January, I'm with the Crafty Bunch. A member of the Crafty Bunch. And so, some of us in the Crafty Bunch are going to do this thing called a friendship quilt swap, or quilt square swap, or whatever. I do not sew. I do not quilt. But, so the idea, there's actually two groups that are going to do it. There's a group that's going to be once a month on Sunday. That's the one I'm a part of. I think, Maria, are you in that one too? And then, one that another group I believe is on Mondays. And, so you, take the person's name, like that was right under you in the list, and you send them a 12 by 12 piece of fabric. I think it's supposed to be fabric. And then some items that they can make their quilt square with. And this is not actually going to turn into a quilt. Now, I guess most of us will sew our pieces together once we get all 12 of them. It'll take us a year because we'll do one a month for 12 months. And then, so, you know, we had to, they asked us to fill out this form that somebody had created saying what your favorite colors were, your favorite food, your favorite place to go, all kinds of things, so people can get to know you better, and then try to match up items to send you that would be, you know, something that would be useful for, I mean, good for you in your quilt, so that it won't just be a, you know, hodgepodge of all kinds of different things that don't really mean anything to you. So, that starts in January. So I'm excited but nervous just because I don't sew and I don't quilt, and we don't have to. I mean, you can draw on it, you can paint on it. There's all kinds of things we can do. So that's gonna be fun. Mama P with the Crafty Bunch, who's our wonderful leader, came up with that idea. Looks like we're all watching the same people today. So anyway, that's going to be fun. That'll be a year-long thing. Hopefully I'll still be a part of the mystery box once a month, because I do love that. And then I'm going to be in a mystery box with Maria Chapman and some others in January. It's not part of the Maddie's mystery box. It's a different group that's doing mystery boxes. So that'll be fun. And hopefully this year I can participate in even more events than I did last year. I can't do this on the bottom, Rodney, until it's dried some, and it's very, very sticky.
Well, the very bottom doesn't matter because it's going to be standing on the bottom, I guess.
I'm going to PM you. Have a great idea. Oh, good. Okay. Where's the other leg? There we go.
Should be good.
All right, last one for step one. Y'all need Rodney to be drying quickly so I can do step two. So, yeah, that's going to be fun. So I hope to do more events. I like doing events. Get you more exposure. And as far as the mystery box, Maria, that's just the fun part of it. Maddie's always telling us this is just for fun. You don't need to panic. Just have fun with it. So if you know what a theme is, it's always a good idea just to have some extra of your own supplies out, just so, and that will kind of go with the theme in case your box doesn't come with enough, you know, themed ideas. I mean, themed pieces. And some people will send a surface as part of the mystery box. Most I have found don't, probably just because postage is so expensive now that, you know, whatever, I mean, you're on your own to pay for the postage to the person you're sending it to. If you send a big heavy duty, you know, frame or board or whatever, it's going to cost you a pretty penny to send it. So most people don't. So it's always a good idea, since you don't know what's going to come in your box, to have 2 or 3 different kinds of surfaces. You know, if there's a holiday coming up and you can have something holiday themed or related, that's good. But otherwise, maybe a frame, maybe a wooden board, or if it's like, if you're going to do something around Valentine's Day and you want to have something shaped like a heart that you could decoupage on or paint on or whatever. And of course, have some paints, paint brushes, all the basic stuff. But then again, if there's a theme, you don't know what your person's going to send you, but you might get together some napkins or decoupage paper that goes along with that theme, so that when you open up your box, you know, if you need something like that to be like the basic focal point, then you'll already have something printed off or purchased or whatever. And then just, you know, Maddie wants us to use at least 3 items that are sent. Some people will tell you which 3 items they want you to use, definitely. You can use more than 3, or you can only use 3 and then use your own stuff. Now, that's Maddie's rules. I don't know, you know, what anybody else will do that may do mystery boxes. I know there's other groups that do them as well, but that's just what Maddie likes for us to do, is use 3 items, at least 3 items. And if the person wants you to use certain ones, then they'll tell you in a note they send with it, you know, please make sure you use this, this, and this. And but you can't open it until your time slot on the day of the event. And then in Maddie's case, we have an hour, which is such a blessing. If we had less than an hour, I don't know that I could do it, because I have a hard enough time doing it in an hour, and many times I don't complete it. So I have to go back and finish it and then take a picture and post. But it truly is just supposed to be fun. And there's been a couple of times where as soon as I've opened my package, I'm like, yep, I know exactly what I'm going to do. And then there's been many times where I'm sitting there going, wow, what can I do with what they sent and what I have here? So sometimes you just start putting stuff together, and when you do, things fall into place. It's just kind of, it's just for fun. But it does challenge you, and I think that's why I enjoy it so much, because like doing this kind of thing, I planned it. So I knew what I was going to do. I knew what parts to get together, what I had to have. Miss you, Lisa. So, yeah. Don't panic, Maria. It's just fun. Now, this stuff does get real gunky around the top, and y'all probably noticed I had a hard time getting it open. So,
It's basically glue, isn't it?
It is basically glue. In fact, some people that like the bigger crack will just use regular Elmer's glue. I've heard some people say they water it down, some people don't. But that makes the bigger crackle. Now, when you use Elmer's glue, unlike this has to be completely dry in between steps. When you use Elmer's glue to crackle with, you put whatever color you want to shine through the crackle on first. So in my case, it was green everywhere but the middle. Then you put, and you dry it, and then you put step 1 of the crackle, dry it completely, then step 2 of the crackle, and dry it completely. With Elmer's glue, you put the glue on, and then while it's still wet, you don't want it to dry very much at all. Maybe a little bit, but not very much. Hey, Nicholas. And then you put your next coat on, which usually for me is white, a chalk white. I'll put it on top, and then when you dry the chalk white, the top coat, that's when you start seeing your crackle shine through. So you have to give it some thought before you actually start putting paint down. Otherwise, you may not end up with what you want. Okay? So that has got step 1 done of all the pieces. Do you have any piece ready, Rodney, for step 2?
This one is not quite dry yet.
Have you done this one? Oh,
It's
the
just
first one.
it's air drying.
Okay, well,
This will be your first one. Hopefully,
okay.
it's only got a couple of little white spots left on it.
Okay, so let's see.
Minnie, can it be tacky?
Hey, Carol. No, it can't be tacky. It has to be dry. It may feel tacky to you while it's warm, but it has to be dry. So what else was I going to tell y'all?
You could you do your paper yet, or do you need to?
Yes, is it dry? Yes, I could. Good point. All right, this is sticking on this side, so I need to, let me set this over here by Rodney, or I'll set it right here.
Okay, you don't have to do that. Bring it here. Got a good place.
No, it's very sticky.
Don't let go yet. I got it.
Okie doke. So now let's put our decoupage paper on here. So Rodney glued these 2 boards together, the front and back. This is the top, right, Rodney?
Look on top and see. I think it is, but you got to read the note.
There's no note.
Yes, there's a note.
There's no note.
Right here, top left. So that's the way it goes.
Okay.
Just
All
like
right,
that.
so we've already laid this on here. Oh, good, Maria. No. Okay, so here's the paper. Now, we've already laid it on here and set it down so we could see about where we wanted to crease it, because we couldn't get it exactly the size of this board, because this board is a weird size. So what I'm going to do first is cut off this narrow piece at the top, the narrow border. It's going to be hidden under that top piece, but it'll bug me just knowing it's up there, and it'll mess with my head. So,
Are you going to cut the bottom one off too?
yeah. Should I not?
Should not, but you did.
I should not cut the bottom off? I haven't yet.
Oh, it's the same color as the board under it, so it might not matter, but there's...
I don't think it's squared up. Hold, please. Then I'll turn around and show you.
When you get it, it needs to be square with the top, not the bottom. Flush against the top.
Okay, well, how about coming over here for just a second? Let me see what Romney's talking about. Because this is on an angle.
Right. So you need to put it either right at the top, because I had the border had it at the top. Just about like that, or just slightly lower like that. Maybe.
And this is all going to be hidden, right?
No, but it's the best you can do because you already cut off the top.
Then why can't I pull this down some, since this part will have something over it?
I don't remember what goes.
Sorry, y'all. Hold. Hey, Sister Jennifer, how are you?
Put this on here and see how much it covers. It's a little tight with that glue on it, doesn't it? Pull the paper back a little bit. So what?
Wait, is that the top? We got it upside down. This
the
is the top, isn't it?
bottom.
Oh.
Unless you turned it over.
No,
You
I
see-
didn't turn it over, but I thought these notches inside were the top. This is what we're using, Jennifer, from Reba Rose.
Just go ahead and
Okay.
put it on wherever you want to. We'll fill in the gaps.
So I'm going to use, I think today, I'm going to try using, actually, I have some of this left from the Swag Retreat. Nope, that's paint. Not from Swag, from the Sparkle Retreat. Here it is. I want to use this up before I use anything else. Okay. This is good, so let me get a new paintbrush. And I'm just going to put it right on the board.
Hey, turn that heater down.
probably should have had 2 coats of this white paint on here, but we didn't. Hopefully it's not going to shine through this paper. So Rodney took the digital download to Staples, and then how did you tell them like the size to make based on this board size, which is weird?
Well, I measured the board before I left, so I knew that I needed something that was 10 3/4 tall by 12 1/4 wide. That's what I was going for. So 11.5 by 14 was the only standard size that was close.
Gotcha.
So that's what I attempted to print it on.
Gotcha. Don't touch that up right now. Just we need to be able to put pieces on. I mean, put the second coat on. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm gonna make sure I got enough on here. If I go in the other direction, I'd rather have a little bit too much than too little. Now this paper that Reba Rose prints on, I don't know what kind of paper it is. I wish I did. It's got a kind of a little bit of a slick surface. So if it's a rice paper, it's a unique kind of rice paper, but it does have a shiny surface to it. So I'm not real sure exactly what it is. Okay, so let me square it up with the top like Rodney said. Except I don't have the sides where they need to be. Hold, please. Nope, still up. Okay. It needs to come up. I shouldn't have cut the top off, he said, but I did. Cut the border off a little bit. Okay. Because this is not cut totally square, a little bit hard lining it up. So I'm going to do a little bit at a time as I go and push to make sure that I'm hopefully getting the wrinkles out. And then we will sand off the excess. Good thing about having a shirt like this on is you can do just like I just did. You can take your brush and wipe it off on your shirt and you're not going to hurt anything because it's your paint shirt. This shirt has been to Ghost Ranch, New Mexico several times. It's been to Canada for art workshops. Had people sign it at one point. So this is like my art shirt. Okay, now you can hold it back and forth in the light and kind of see. There's a little bump right there. I think that's a bump in the wood. And it's peeling the paper off, so I'm not going to take it off anymore. Let's smooth it down really well. Make sure the edges have gotten down well before I start sanding. Still need a little over here. I just think this pattern is so pretty. Now I've got some Form Flex pieces here. Initially, the decoupage that I was going to use was not going to totally fit, and so I was going to have something in the background, and I had picked out a stencil with kind of a swirly background. Hey Donna, I used to wear my daddy's t-shirts. And so, but it wasn't going to fit, so I was going to have to border it with something. And so I have a lot of Form Flex pieces here that I got from Tammy Y'all at Form Flex when I was at the swag retreat. And then she sent me some the other day too. So I was going to use them. But then when I decided to go with this Reba Rose, which one of the reasons I chose this, number one is because I have a grand piano, but number two, I mean the baby green. Number two, it was printed, it was designed horizontal. So that's what I thought I needed on this. So I chose this one. And then I don't think I'm going to need any form flex around it. Because if we do with the little fleur-de-lis at the top, and this is going to be more of like an old-fashioned kind of thing. Hey, Kathy Cortez. So I don't want it real blingy. I may put a piece of Totally Dazzled somewhere on it, but that would be like a last-minute decision to do that, and then we would figure out where to put it. So, like I said, this project may not all get done today. I need to see if I have another blow dryer up here.
You can use this one.
Okay, let me use it for just a second to dry this paper so I can sand it before I sand it off. I want to make sure it's pretty dry. I got it.
I still want to get your glass. Go ahead.
Huh?
I got it.
Jennifer's on here. Home Sweet Create.
Hey, Jennifer.
It's not really a slick surface, y'all, but it is shinier than regular rice paper. Okay, so I've got a sanding block here with a bunch of little fibers on it. So let's see if we can sand this off. I think it's going to sand off perfectly. I know this is noise yucky, so you might want to mute me while I'm doing this. Okay, let's see. See how easy that just came right off? Perfect. 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 Okay, let's do this other side.
Had a good hard edge under it, didn't it?
Yeah. Yep, that helps for sure. Jennifer, if you're still on here, tell us how your boys are. Tell us how your girl is. Tell us how your mama is. And tell us how you are. And David. All the things. Jennifer said, hey, Brother Rodney.
Hey, Jennifer.
Okay. Here's what we have. Isn't that awesome? Love it. All right. So we got this on here. Now he's got this second piece dried with the first coat of step 1. So now we're going to do
Step 2, not as sticky.
step 2. Where'd you put the other step 1? I mean the other piece that you did.
I've got them all
Dried. The little one.
But it's over here. You need it?
Okay, so this is, I'll do it after this. This is the step 2, okay? It's kind of a creamy looking color. Remember, dry brush, dry brush, dry brush. And, of course, it dries clear too.
So if you miss some with it, it's no big deal. You just won't get a crackle there.
Right. And this is not like 100% crackle anyway. I mean, that's what fine line is. You're just going to have little lines of it. But I just love it. I don't know why. I have really, this past year especially, I have used fine line crackle on so many projects. I just kind of have gotten in the mood, I guess, for fine line crackle. And I do like it better than the regular big crackle. Rodney likes the big crackle better. So tell me if you've seen any movies on Netflix or Hallmark for Christmas that you like. I mean, I know people make fun of Hallmark movies all the time, and they go, I mean, if you've seen one Hallmark movie, you've seen them all. That's probably true, but my brain doesn't necessarily comprehend that that's true. So I could probably see them 3 or 4 times and get something different every time. But y'all know how much I love Christmas. I would have Christmas all year long if I could. So I don't mind watching movies that have pretty much the same thing over and over again, especially at Christmas. I wouldn't want to do that on the regular, but at Christmas, I don't mind.
I stayed in a bed and breakfast one time in Pennsylvania that was a Christmas house year round.
I would love, love, love that. There's a Christmas hotel in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, on the way to Gatlinburg, across from the Christmas Place, which every time I'm in the Smoky Mountains, I have to go there. Love it, love it, love it. And we've never stayed in a hotel, but I always go to, can you take this, Rodney? I always go to the Christmas shop. And can you hand me that other piece, please?
I mean, the other one.
Yeah. So, I watched one last night, Jingle Bell Run. I don't think we've seen that one, have we? Seen Jingle Bell Run? I don't think we have. I watched The Christmas Drop on Netflix. That was cute. I've got them all listed on my phone, y'all. I just watch them and list them, and then I forget what the names of them were. You remember what we watched, Ronnie?
What was the one last night that we determined wasn't really good, or we didn't enjoy it, so we switched it?
I don't know. Oh, it was a girl singing. It was more like her Christmas concert.
Yeah.
That came. I think it was just released yesterday. Sabrina, somebody, I think maybe. And we started to watch it, and then I said, well, this is just going to be her singing. I don't want to watch this. So we stopped that one and turned on another one.
So you're going to put a top coat over this? Another color?
No. Oh, yeah. The white goes over that. Yeah. Okay. So now we've got step 2 on the top 2 pieces. You have a leg ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
You already got that one done?
Yeah, it doesn't take long. I'm not doing both sides since I can't do the back right now. Switch with you. Hey, Judy Mullins. So y'all tell me if you know any good Christmas movies, or if you've seen any movies in the theater lately that you like. I think they're supposed to be coming out with some Christian movies. Now, y'all, on Fox Nation, if y'all watch Fox Nation or have Fox Nation, they have one called The Saints that I have not started watching. Rodney and I have started watching The Chosen on Amazon Prime. I don't think we got past the first season yet, but we started watching that. And somebody said, and this is morbid, I know, but today I was listening to my sweet friend Liz, that's a beauty influencer. Well, she actually went on yesterday and talked about this, but she said there's a new documentary out, I think she said Netflix, on the John Benet Ramsey murder. I don't know if y'all were around for that or not.
Well, that was a Nashville thing, and it
No, that wasn't Nashville, that was Marsha Trimble.
Oh, okay, sorry.
John Benet Ramsey, I think, was Colorado. But anyway, apparently there was one documentary already on that, according to, I didn't see it, but according to Liz, basically kind of leaned toward the family side. I don't know. I really did. I remember when that thing happened, but I don't remember really following it much. But apparently at some point her brother, people suspected her brother or something. And when Liz was talking today, there was just so many weird things that she was saying happened that I'm just crazy. I don't usually like to watch stuff like that, except that I am kind of a news junkie, so I like to keep up with what's going on. Let me set this over here for Rodney to dry. Is that one ready?
Yeah.
On the ground? Okay. So, anywho, I may try to, this one's still pretty sticky. I may try to
Is this supposed to
watch
crackle
that one. It is.
before you put the next layer on?
You should be able to hold it in the light and see crackle, but it will show better when we put the next layer on. So anyway, I don't know that I'll watch that anytime soon. This is Christmas time. I don't want to be sad at Christmas. Jen, did you ever tell us about that Connor and Caleb and David and your mom, your aunt?
I haven't been looking at comments, so I don't
No,
care.
Ronnie's trying to help me out, so we won't be on here till this time tomorrow. Trying to finish this, and so he can't read comments. I'm trying to look up there. There are some people in the Christian realm that don't advocate for seeing the movie Wicked. I heard when it came out on Broadway, people were just going on and on about it, and then it came to Nashville to TPAC, and a lot of people went to see it and said it was amazing. Okay, so now all these pieces have, hey Lori Rockwell, have step 2 on them. How dry is this one? Getting there. Yeah, I don't see a lot of crackle yet. I see some, not a lot. Dry it just a little bit more, and then we'll put the white on over it and see if we can see some crackle. I'm gonna see if I have I did have another glue tool, but I think it's the one that burned up.
Kind of blue tool or dry?
I mean a dryer. Sorry y'all, I know that's annoying. And I think I have somewhere in here, but it's probably in one of my travel bags, a hair dryer. So
Good, okay, we can't run too many of those anyway.
okay, so let me put the top on this, and then we will be done with the crackle. And now y'all can give me some ideas. Do you think on here we need to use any kind of stipples, or I thought about going around the gold parts of the piano in liquid gold, but I'm not sure that that's necessary. It may kind of take away from the print. I don't know. We're probably going to have to get it all together before we can really decide. All right, let's put the white. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of crackle on here.
Just have to get under the light.
I see it. Okay, do you have the white chalk paint, sir?
I do.
Y'all have so far 1, 2, 3, 4 brushes, sturdy. Hey, Bonnie
See if
Peterson.
if you need help with the top, let me know.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, let me get this brush right here. I like these long handle brushes, y'all, but I'm going to tell you one thing. Jennifer Feely always has the cleanest brushes. Always. I don't know how she does it. I remember when she was in South Carolina, that's when I started following her. And I would tell people, when you see her desk, you're not going to believe it. It's always clean and neat. Her brushes are always clean. They look brand new. It's amazing. And still, to this day, that's true with her. She's such a neat crafter. And I'm like, how can you be so neat in your craft, sister? How? Because I can't. I'm such a messy crafter. Wait a minute, and I'll show y'all how this is cracking. Diane Newman, hello, sister. Hello. Good to see you. So I think maybe Jennifer has a little elf that just follows
A
along
brush cleaning
behind
elf.
her. It's not just her brushes, it's her whole desk. But yes, her brushes. It's just like, how in the world? It always looks like she just bought a brand new pack of brushes and gotten them out.
Maybe
The
she
handles
does.
are all clean. Oh, see, I shouldn't have gone over that, y'all, because I just took some of the Took some of the crackle off. So when you start putting this top coat on, you don't want to go over it too many times. But I wanted to make sure it was thick enough, and then I ended up messing myself up.
Your paint's pretty thick too.
It is very thick. I may should kind of thin it down a little bit with some water.
On your plate.
Well, I'm just dipping my brush down in the paint itself. I'm not putting it on a plate. Perhaps I should. Have y'all noticed that about Jennifer's desk? She's so neat. Not this girl. This girl is a hot mess when she crafts. I get it all over me, my fingernails. Doesn't do me any good to get my fingernails done if I'm gonna craft because I mess them up. Fortunately, most of the paint that I use comes off with water. So that's a good thing. Now, I did put the crackle underneath here. You're not really gonna see underneath here, so I didn't necessarily have to. But again, I like to do all the things.
Of course, these old chair legs that are here already have cracks in the wood itself.
Right.
So that's going to add to it too.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of that place. Somebody help me that knows what I'm talking about. On my way to Dina's event one year, I went to this place. We went to this place that everybody had talked about. That was amazing.
It's got a big it's got an indoor part. It's got a big outdoor lot with stuff just everywhere out in the rain.
I mean, literally, there were tubs of stuff. I need lots of elves. I wish I had some help. Girl, I wish mine would look as good as yours does all the time. You're so neat. This place had like major tubs all outside. And where had just been, they just kept them out there. And so the rain would get in the tubs, and if you wanted anything in the tubs, then you just picked it up and shook it off and took it in and told them you wanted to buy it. So they had a bunch of like old chairs that had these spindles on them. And so I said, I want some of those to craft with, because y'all, I don't know if you price spindles in your area or not, like on Marketplace. People around here have got to be losing their mind asking what they ask for spindles. It is insanity. All right, let me show you. See the crackle goodness? Love it. May or may not. I'm going to sand this down some once it dries, where I put some more white paint on it. May or may not leave it white. We may end up doing as I usually do and wax with the bare antique wax over it, just because I don't usually like the white. However, with the white piano, it might be okay. All right, do I have another piece ready, Ronnie?
I think this leg is pretty dry over here.
What about that flat piece? Did you dry it yet?
No, I haven't. I think the leg's ahead of it.
All right, let me sit this somewhere.
This is a changing colors.
This is a multi-person thing to try to do.
Yeah, that got some crackle.
Okay, so now I'm going to be more careful this time. I'm about out of this chalk paint. Now this is Snow White chalk paint, and because I don't usually use a lot of solid white, I didn't think I would go through it as fast as I have, but I've gone through it.
Another trip to Walmart.
So I got to get some chalk paint. Do y'all have any other kind of chalk paint that you have found that you like as well as, if not better than, the Waverly? I thought I had heard at some point that Walmart was discontinuing the Waverly, but
I thought you said Bear was what they want.
I heard I heard Home Depot wasn't carrying Bear anymore either. But I don't think that's true of ours. Somebody else I heard say, well, mine still carries it, so maybe just some are doing away with it. But I know there's other chalk paints out there that I've seen people use. I just don't know what the names of them are. And I'm not stuck on Waverly. It's just what I usually pick up when I'm at Walmart. So if y'all have other suggestions, tell me. I would love to hear. Okay, see? Can you see the cracks? Yep. Now, once it dries, if I need to touch up a little bit with white in some areas, I think I'll be okay to go back and touch it up with white paint, and I don't think it'll take off like it did when I did that a while ago and went back over the paint that took some of the crackle off. I'm not positive about that. I'll have to test it out in a small area. Does anybody know if you can do that and get away with it? Y'all remember when I did one similar to this a while back, and I think it was a Reba Rose paper I used then.
The lady standing at the window.
The lady standing at the window. I've got it in here somewhere.
That's my favorite thing.
And Ronnie loves that painting or that project. But anyway, pretty sure I did that one in a Reba Rose event. And he had made me a frame very similar to this. Because y'all know I don't do multiples of things. I just do one of a kind, and then that's it. So he's so very good with woodwork and loves to work with his hands, and so anytime I can get him to create something like this for me, I take advantage of it. He's a great crafter and creator too, but this is all part of it. So, and I had told him when he made this, I said, I want you to be the one to do it because you made the frame and I want you to do it. He goes, no, I made the frame, I want you to do it. Then when he started telling me how it's going to have to be put together, I said, no, you're going to have to come out and explain all that because I won't remember all that.
This one be ready.
Okay, so this one is pretty well done until it dries some, and then I may go back and touch up some of those places, or I may end up actually taking a sanding block to some of it. Thank you, Sandy.
Lisa.
Huh?
On top
Oh,
there.
okay, hold on a minute, y'all. Let me put some on top. Okay. Waverly is all I use. At one point, Walmart discontinued it, so I tried their brand and did not like it at all. Really? I didn't know they actually had a brand. I don't think I've ever used anything that said it was Walmart brand.
Well, that probably has a different name, kind of like Kirkland's.
Yeah, probably.
For Costco or whoever.
Yeah, Michael's is Ashland, I think. That's their brand. So, has anybody on here been on an Alaskan cruise? And did I tell y'all that Ronnie and I are going on one next year? We are going with our friends that we just went to see in Ohio, Linda and Ron. Y'all seen before. You've been on my page for any length of time. And they've already done a 2-week cruise to Alaska, but Ron said that he often said if he ever did another cruise, the only one he would do would be an Alaskan one again. So we are going to be doing almost a week on land. It's not totally a week, close to it. And then the last week on the cruise. So that'll be July. So, Jennifer, if you're still on here, please make sure the Sparkle Retreat's not in July. Not Sparkle, Swag. Because it is all about me, of course. Sherry Walton, hello, sister. You went in July. Did you love it, Sherry? Was it awesome? I keep hearing people talk about Denali, so I think Denali is a place we're going to have to go for sure. Well, it's on the... We already have the basic itinerary. We have not chosen, what do you call them, excursions yet. We still have some time to do that. But last time they went, Linda did the dog sled. And I think Ron did something else while she was on the dog sled tour. I think that would be fun. And my sister, y'all, my youngest sister, Amanda, and her husband just took an anniversary trip to Finland. I just did the bottom of this, that part. Finland and Norway. You did, Diane? You loved it? Oh, good. They stayed in an igloo, a glassed-in igloo, where they could look out and see the northern lights. Amazing. And then they went to Santa's village. Hey, Pam. And they saw the reindeer. They went on a reindeer ride, like a sleigh ride. Oh my word, she posted every day. It looked incredible. And then they left, they flew into and left, I think, from Helsinki airport. And they got delayed like by 3 hours. And she said, well, if you're going to get delayed in an airport, this is definitely the one to get delayed in. And she showed so many pictures of that airport. It was decorated up like you can't believe. Every little nook and cranny had some kind of Christmas stuff in it. It was so happy looking and fun looking. Oh, so jealous. So, then she said something about they were flying into Heathrow, London. Heathrow, London Airport's my favorite airport. I love it. Then I said something about, oh, you're going to Heathrow, that's my favorite airport. And she said, Heathrow doesn't have anything on Helsinki. And I said, yeah, I saw your picture. I can see that that's probably right. So, yeah, that may have to be a bucket list item for Rodney and I to try to figure out how to get to Finland and Norway and see the northern lights and stay in the igloo.
So after this, the next step is to put it together?
Yes. Can you even believe? And then we can decide if we need any other extras on here. I do think I may end up, after it's all real good and dry, going back and sanding a little bit over the crackle in some places just to make it look even more rustic. I'm really trying to decide if I need to do anything on the paper itself with stickles or some Totally Dazzled rhinestone gems or something like that. And Jennifer, if you answered about the family, I'll go back and read. I just couldn't watch. Rodney's trying to help me out, so he couldn't watch either. Okay, almost done with this leg. So we're going to a Christmas concert tonight with the company that handles our finances. In the downtown Franklin movie theater, which has been around for years and years. And now when you go to that theater just to watch, I guess they still have it, the Rocky, what's it called? Rocky Horror Picture Show? Yeah. Hey, Estelle. Hey, Connie. They've had that thing running for 15 years probably. And now when you go in that movie theater, they have like the rocking chairs and stuff, but you can order from like a full menu of food.
This done?
Yes, this is too. So, yeah, I don't know what the concert's going to be like, but I'm sure if Beacon's doing it, it's going to be great. Okay, so are we ready to do it?
If this will, if I can put a little dryness to this, we'll be ready to put it together.
Awesome sauce!
Now with that extra paint, it's going to be real tight going together.
Yeah.
You have to hammer it a little bit.
Okay, here's the print again. Oh, I just love it. If I did use the liquid gold, it would only be, and I'm probably not going to, it would only be like right here on the front of the piano because the legs are gold, but they're very ornate. So I don't think I'm going to put liquid gold on there. Now, when we get this together, we can decide. Remember, we were going to decide if we wanted to, I need to sand this down at the bottom a little bit because it's hanging over the edge. If we wanted to do the fleur-de-lis and the bottom piece in antique gold. But we've already crackled them. So, we could go over it in antique gold. And, thank you, Sharon. Thanks, Sister Maria. We could go over in antique gold, and if we needed to crackle again, we could. Because I don't think you can go over crackle with yet another paint color and still have the crackle show. I don't know. Ronnie, hand me a piece that I can, like the top piece, so I can just try to slide it on here, please.
It's not separated right now.
Huh?
You could try the bottom piece if you want.
Yeah, that's fine. I just need a piece to try. Okay. So, this is going to go. Turn it this way off. It did get tight.
Yep.
And if I get one side on, the other side doesn't stay
Now, one
in.
thing I can do is I can sand a little off the back of that if I need to make it work better. Did it go on?
Yeah. Okay, so there's the bottom piece with the crackle.
Is it centered really well? It's pretty close. You risk if trying to move it if it's scratching up your painting a little bit.
I think it's just about perfect. Now the other thing we could do if we didn't want to do this part and the top part in antique gold, we could go over it with the brown wax, the bare brown wax, and wax it some. What do y'all think about that? At first I thought about getting some real tiny pink flowers so it would have like a 3D effect, and put them on here, but I don't know. I really don't want to take away from the paper.
There's a little place on this top fleur-de-lis. There's a little flat right at the top.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about maybe putting a little bling, something that might go nicely there.
Okay.
This is
all right. Let's get the top on.
Okay.
Or do we have to put the legs on next?
Well, I'm going to try to put it together like this.
Would you like? Let me let Rodney sit here so he can put this together.
You may have to bring things to me.
What is this? Oh. Okay.
All right. Here's this. Got this one already close. I'll try not to mess anything up, but who knows? It's going to be so tight up here. I think I may have to take this off. You bring my drill over here.
Drill, yes. Okay, y'all, watch the handyman now.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this overshirt back off so I can show Jen, if she's still on here, my shirt I have on. I'll show her when Rodney gets all this through.
So tight in there. I thought you were going to...
What?
I thought we were going to get rid of that.
Oh, I can move it.
It's all right.
And this is coming out on this side.
It's all right. The other leg up
Oh
here.
yeah, it's over here.
Sorry y'all getting to see the back side of things. This is the bottom.
Whoops.
I need to turn it around.
Oh, y'all look, it's so pretty.
Get this squeezed together a little bit here.
Love it.
It's looking pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, bottom's a little wide.
Does the top go on now before you screw the sides in? We may have to put some Formflex at the very bottom of the picture, y'all, because I see some of the border showing.
Still not all the way in.
Thank y'all for being patient.
Need something for a... Ah, there it went.
Heard it.
Heard it snap.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of clearance.
Clearance. Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings.
This is one we could push this up a little bit here. Okay, please. I think I'm going to put a screw or two in. So on that second TV tray or some more screws.
I see one. That's all.
I guess I got the rest over here.
And then I've got some little end caps to put on them we can paint. I had thought I would paint them in antique gold if we use the gold on the bottom. Ramona? No. Are you watching a ball game? He's watching a ball game. If y'all hear him yell, that's why.
All right, we got another screw there.
Uh-huh. Perfect.
All right. Now let's try this one. I should turn it around where everybody can see instead of seeing the back side of things.
That would be nice.
But then I can't see if I'm messing the picture up. Oh, it's tight. See that paper trying to curl up on me.
Do I need to put another, I should have put a top coat on it and I didn't think about doing that. I need to do that. Glad that wasn't the bone in your hand. Ouch, she said. Hey, Della. You just blend some paint, sis. What do you mean? Oh, to put it at the bottom? Yeah, you're right.
So we get a little...
You are right.
I guess we can push that back in.
Yeah, when I put the top coat on, I'll try to push that up under there a little bit. Use a Formflex card and put under there.
All right, I think that's perfect.
Okay. I believe you did it, sir. Oh, look, y'all.
All right.
You gonna switch with me?
I'm gonna switch.
Now, y'all tell me, do you think
Let me get this out of your way.
Do you think we should leave the top, this, hey Patty, and the bottom in the white, or do you think we should use the antique gold? Say white or gold. I'll tell you, let's do this differently. If you like leaving it white, throw me some hearts. If you think we need to turn it gold, throw me some thumbs up. Look. Look, Rodney.
Yeah. It's got peepholes.
Thank you, Lisa. Okay, Rodney, why don't you watch for comments, white or gold, while I get these little round pieces to cover up the screws and glue them in.
Okay, now we're caught up here. Diane says it's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, says Lisa. I think just some brown wax would be pretty.
Brown wax.
Says Jennifer.
Okay, I thought that too, sis.
What about gold rub and buff? Says Diane Newman.
Okay, where would you put the gold rub and buff, Diane? Tell me a little more.
Tell me more. Sandy Stanley says gorgeous and white.
Thank you, Sandy. Leave it white, okay.
Good thing
I
is,
think
even if you
white too.
Okay. You're gonna try to get those in there. You need something to tap them in with if you got a little hammer.
Well, the other one went down in there.
I think some of them had a little glue built up around them.
I got it. Okay, let me put these. I'll definitely go over these in white if we're going to leave it white.
Yeah.
And then I think the wax would be pretty. Okay, now here was my next thought. I forgot about this part, y'all. I told you earlier. Should we now put a top coat on the paper itself and crackle the paper? Then I could use like a light gold wax and barely wax over the paper after it was crackled to bring out the crackles in there. That was my original thought.
Beverly Davis is watching.
Ronnie, will you see if there's a hammer over there?
That's right. I want to fit it a little tight.
I want it to go. I want them to go in further so they'll be almost flush.
They may be a little deep, I don't know.
So what do y'all think about crackling the paper and then taking like the real light gold wax once it's crackled and go over it so you can see the crackles? Yes, I love that thought, Maria says. This does need a little more white on it. It's going to take me all night to clean brushes.
Just use this to hammer it in. I think.
Well, I'm not going to worry about it right now.
Okay.
It's got white paint on there, didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me
See who's saying what.
touch up these little end pieces.
Diane
Newman.
Alvester is watching.
Hey. Hey, hey, hey.
Julie Freeman is watching.
Judy. Hello.
Jennifer Freely says that would be beautiful.
Jennifer, confirm for me, please. Do I need to put a top coat on this paper before I crackle it? I think I do. I think Maria said yes. But
Now anything that I mean, a top coat is one thing, but if you start putting stuff to crackle it, you're going to lose definition in your picture, aren't you?
it'll lose a little bit, but it's not going to lose a large amount, I don't think. Okay, Jennifer, do I need, Ronnie, we move this. Do I need a top coat first? And if so, would Posh Chop Pigment Infuser work, or should I use Mira's Awesome Sauce? Lisa Corby says, yes, I do. I would use a top coat of liquid patina. Okay. All right. All right, all right, all right. Is that what this is? No, that's triple thick Duraclear. Where's my liquid patina?
Before you put the top coat, wouldn't you go ahead and finish up those two corners that are white?
What? Corners.
Down near the bottom where you've got no picture showing.
down here where there is picture showing.
Where there's white showing under your picture.
Yeah.
Are you going to paint that in before you start putting top
I
coats?
probably should. That's a good point.
Or would you like to cut you a little piece of this out and put it in there?
Well, I don't think that if I try to piece it, it's going to look obvious that it's pieced, but I can use the greens.
Fine line actually brings it out. Give it a glass-like finish.
Who said that?
Jennifer. When I probably commented about it being less clear. I mean, I know it needs a clear coat to bring everything out, but I didn't know if putting multiple coats of something would dull it down.
Let me...
Shannon Ketchum, Helen Brook is watching.
Hi,
Amanda
Shannon.
Williams is watching. Hello, everybody.
Hey, hey, hey.
Late to the party, but here for a nice framed picture. Amanda Williams is watching. Did I just say that?
Mm-hmm. You did.
Okay.
Okay, I got that part done. Now this part really didn't have green over here, but we're gonna make it have a little green. Okay, I gotta find my liquid patina.
Is it up here in one of these bags up front?
It was over here, so I'm not sure
Still be.
why I can't find it.
Liquid patina.
It's in a big bottle like this.
Here's triple thick.
Hold, please. It may be, and I have a big jar of it somewhere too.
Waverly Ivory.
Excuse me, y'all. Let me try to find my liquid patina. Oh, it's right here. I moved it to this thing. Oh, that's Mod Podge. That's triple thick Duraclear.
Thought you found it.
Here it is. Ta-da! Okay. Mix it up good. It's been sitting for a while. Will you bring the dryer back over here, please? And yet another paintbrush. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 so far. This will be number 8.
This is the one over here I got 2 is 9.
Hey, Jeanette. Oh, that's what I was going to show you, Jennifer. I thought you would like it.
You plug it in.
We're going to a big event tonight, so I won't be wearing this, but I decided I would wear it while I'm crafting, and then I can just change into my nicer outfit. Hey, Peggy. I appreciate y'all coming on and being so patient. Get this paint dried before I put this liquid patina on.
There it goes.
What you looking for?
What if,
Oh, you were just watching me?
what if that was accidentally white paint?
Well, I would have been really sad if it had been, but since I marked the bottles, I knew it wasn't white paint. Okay, we are on. Now, next question. Do we want up here a piece of Totally Dazzled Bling, like a fleur-de-lis? Doesn't have to be a fleur-de-lis. It could be any bling. And or we could put a small one down here. So tell me what y'all think. Bling or no bling? That is the question. Bling or no bling? I'm going to make sure I get a good amount on here, and then I'm not missing any places before I crackle. Which means I got to get 2 more dry brushes. That is definitely key when you are crackling. Dry brushes for each step. Don't just think you can dry off the one you use at the beginning. I mean, with step 1. Okay, so I need y'all to tell me, bling at the top, bling at the bottom, no bling. I can get my fleur-de-lis out, a box with my fleur-de-lis while this is drying. Y'all have this huge, I hope I don't break it while I'm trying to put it up in my lap, this huge box of mostly Totally Dazzled, but not all. Look at this. Isn't that crazy? Let me see which one has fleur-de-lis in it. What time are you leaving, sir?
4-ish.
4-ish. Almost time. Okay, let's see, y'all. I know I have some fleur-de-lis in here, but that may be something we do later because I'm gonna take y'all's time. Okay, let's put this back. Y'all, the other day I came in here and I had a hey Diane, I had a big water container that I had put some water enhancers in. And it was red. And I spilled it all over my desktop. Some of y'all may have been on here watching. Hey, Peggy Scott. On my desktop. Romano, I think she's here. And then it went all over the carpet under my desk. I don't know if that's her or not. There's a big SUV here, Romano. That may be Carly's friend. I don't know. You need to come see. Sorry, one of his friends is taking him to dinner. That may be Carly's friend. Okay, let me look for my gold. Paste. Oh, that's Pop Pop pigment. Silver right there. Is this it? No, that's the pigment. Maybe the other was the... That's pigment too, y'all. Julie Bishop, what you doing, sis? That's chameleon wax. My other is probably put in my travel bag, y'all. Okay, I think this is good. Let's put on step 1, and then we'll look at the fleur-de-lis while we are letting that dry. It's a good thing I got another thing of this from Mara. I'm about out. Hey, Mildred Harris. Okay, remember step 1 of the Pent Art Fine Line Crinkle goes on white, but dries clear. Kind of getting around this edge right here. Seemed like there was something else I was going to tell y'all. I'm going to start writing out a list of things because when they come up and I think, oh, next time I go live, I need to tell them about this. And then by then it's gone out of my mind. That's called age, y'all. Yesterday I had my annual female. And I had my mammogram last week. I'm very diligent, y'all. I get them religiously. I don't miss a year. And my mammogram results came back fine. And, but I go to Vanderbilt, y'all. And if y'all don't know anything about Vanderbilt Hospital, it's a teaching hospital, which that part I don't like, but, you know, I know they have to learn. This paper is buckling some, so I'm probably going to have to iron it. And so, anyway, I have had a complete hysterectomy in 1996. So, the GYN that I went to after mine, who delivered all my babies, became the head professor of GYN at Vanderbilt. I switched to a different GYN because I wanted to try Suzanne Summers' bioidentical hormones. Well, not hers, but she was the one that started promoting bioidentical hormones. And so when I went to see Dr. Zimmerman, my doctor, I said, you know, I kind of want to try bioidentical hormones. And he poo-pooed that, you know. You don't need to do all that. And I said, well, it just makes sense to me. It makes sense to me that there's not a one-size-fits-all hormone that's going to work for every woman because we're all different. And he goes, well, you'll have to see somebody else then. I said, you delivered all my children and now you're making me go see somebody else. So anyway, he sent me to another doctor at Vanderbilt. And this guy, he was so sweet, but y'all, I think his blood pressure was like sky high when I went to see him. His face was so red. It was unbelievable. And so I walked in, and he was real nice. He talked to me for the longest time, which, you know, this day and time, a lot of doctors don't do. They just want to get you in there and get you out of there so they can go to the next patient. And so, well, most of these are crosses. I know it's off word to leave. That's a big one. And so anyway, when I went to see this doctor, he said, I said, I want to talk to you about bioidentical hormones. Y'all, this is the only one I have, and it's too big, I think. I don't know, we'll look at it. I've got some more somewhere, but I'm not going to stay online and do that today. And so, anyway, he goes, well, this is the deal. He goes, his wife was a judge. Of course, he'd been a GYN, OBGYN for years. And he goes, who in the world ever thought to give a one-size-fits-all hormone to all women everywhere and think that it's going to work? He said, that makes absolutely no sense. Because he said, if I tested 4 women, 100 women, however many, their testosterone, their progesterone, and their estrogen, every one of them would be different, right? Which makes sense because all of our bodies are different. So I can't just prescribe an estrogen, hey Jan, for women, everybody has the same. Doesn't make sense, and I can't do it. So what he did was he compounded a cream for me based on what my lab report showed, and then I just rubbed it in my, like on the right inside my wrist every day, once a day. And he was in med school. His roommate was a pharmacist, and so he lived not far from where I live, and so he was a compounding pharmacist. So he compounded my prescription and sent it to me in the mail, and I got it like in 2 days. And then anytime I need a refill, he just gave me a refill. And so that made all kinds of sense to me. Now, I have not been on any hormones in probably 15 years. After a while, when it was time to get it renewed or refilled, I just thought, we'll see what happens if I don't go on it. Hey, Lynn, if I don't take it. And I talked to him about it, and he said, if you don't want to take it, don't take it. If you don't need it, don't take it. So I quit taking it. I hadn't been on any hormones in a long time. But anyway, what's the point I was trying to make with that? Oh, and so when I went to him on that first visit, he was explaining all that stuff to me, and then he said he just kind of talked to me, and then, you know, listened to my heart and all that kind of stuff. This is step 2 of the Pen Art Fine Line Crackle Varnish and Medium. he said, I said, are you not going to do a pap smear? And he looked at me and he goes, woman, you don't have anything to smear. Because I've had the hysterectomy. And I said, oh, okay. Well, he ended up moving back closer to, moving his practice back to his home, which is like an hour and 15 or 20 minutes away from me. His wife got cancer, and so he needed to be close to her. So then I started seeing just, whoever was in like the general practice, GYN practice at Vanderbilt. And so I saw this lady named Lisa for several years, and then she ended up moving to a different clinic, and then I saw another Lisa, and then I don't know what happened with her, but they called me and said she's no longer in the practice, so we need to schedule you with somebody else. Do you have a preference? And I said, no, I don't know who y'all's working there, so just whoever. So anyway, when I went yesterday, it was actually a female resident that I saw, and she had a GYN student shadowing her. And so she asked me if I minded if he came in. It was he. If he came in for the exam, and I said, no, that's fine. But when the nurse was checking me in, she goes, hey, Marie, she said, she goes, you had a pap smear last year? And I said, yeah, the last 2 years. And I don't know why, because the other doctor told me, woman, you don't have anything to smear. So she kind of looked puzzled that I had had the 2 pap smears 2 years in a row. So, anyway, that's broken. So anyway, I said, if the doctor doesn't think it's necessary, that's fine with me. I just had a mammogram a week ago, so I don't think I even need that part checked. So when the resident came in, she said, yeah, I'm not sure. She said, did you have your cervix taken? And I said, I guess. They told me it was a total hysterectomy. And so she checked, and she said, yeah, it was. So she said, I mean, if you want to have one, you can. She said, I don't think it's necessary. And I said, well, no. She said, now they do recommend you go on and at least get an exam, but you don't have to have a pap smear. Well, if they're doing the exam, they might as well go and do the pap smear. So I don't know that she actually did the pap smear. She might have just done the exam. But, so the guy was down there too, and she was walking him through it. And so anyway, I said, do y'all know Dr. Carl Zimmerman? Because he was my OBGYN that delivered all my babies. And then he was my, hey sis, and then he was my GYN until he went to be the head professor at Vanderbilt of GYN. And so they go, oh yeah, we know Carl Zimmerman. And I said, well, he delivered all my babies, and he was my GYN for a while. And the resident looked at me and she goes, he delivered babies? And I'm like, oh, well, yeah, he's been in practice for 100 years. Of course he delivered babies. And she said, oh, I didn't know that. She said, I'm actually in the last class that he will lead. So he must be retiring. But anyway, so, my sisters went to him. I mean, I called him Z. His name was Zimmerman. I called him Z every time I went in. So yesterday they're doing the exam on me. And so I said, do y'all know Carl Zimmerman? Dr. Zimmerman. Oh, yeah, we know Dr. Zimmerman. I said, well, you know how he has such a dry sense of humor? And they said, oh, yeah. And I said, well, my husband does a perfect imitation of him. I see crackles, y'all. I don't do a perfect imitation, but I said, one time when I went into his office to have my annual done, he and Diane, his nurse, were in there. And I said, he was, down there ready to do the exam. And I said, hey, Z, can I ask you a question? And he goes, sure, Alicia. That's how he talks, sure, Alicia. And I said, how do you look at these things all day long and then go home and make love to your wife? I thought they were going to fall out yesterday like his nurse, Diane, almost did. And he goes, well, Lisa, there's just something different about it. His sweet wife has since passed away. But, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to add a little more white to some of these places before we go over it with the wax. You know, y'all, sometimes you just have to kind of make light of stuff like that because it's not the most comfortable position to be in. And I just had that kind of relationship with him. You know, we could tease and cut up and stuff. And of course, he knew all of my family, including my mom and dad, my sisters, because my other sister that he delivered her babies too. So, yeah, my mother and dad were there for all of my mother and my sisters were in the delivery room for both of my girls. I had a C-section with my son, so they weren't in there for that, but they were in there with both of my girls. And so, I mean, everybody was on a first name basis with him. So, I just called him Z, and I knew if anybody could take it, it would be him. But his sense of humor is so daggone dry. Hey, Heidi, and here I am asking him, you know, how do you look at these all day and then go home and make love to your wife? I mean, I think it's a legitimate question. Well, Lisa, there's just something different about it. Ronnie does a perfect imitation of him. It's so funny because he hardly even moves his mouth when he talks. Well, Lisa, there's just something different about it. He's a little bit short guy, and I just loved him to death. I hated leaving him as my GYN when he delivered all my babies, but he was just so not in favor of bioidentical hormones, and so I was like, well, okay. But I'm going to try them. And I was really glad I did, y'all, because when I was on them, it made all the difference in the world to me. And doesn't that just make sense? Like, who would think that one hormone was going to work for every woman in the world? We're all different, and our levels are all different. It's just stupid. I hadn't thought about that before until he said it. So anyway, yesterday, she said, now, I mean, they recommend that you have an exam every year. I'm not going to tell you have to. And I said, no, I don't mind, you doing the exam. She said, but I won't do the pap smear if you don't want me to. And I said, I mean, I don't care. You're going to be in there anyway. So, she was kind of training the guy or, talking him through exactly, what she was seeing or what was going on or whatever. And so, anyway, you could tell she was trying hard to teach him, but not crack up laughing. The nurse was back there about to fall out on the floor. She was laughing so hard. She goes, dry sense of humor. Yeah, that's saying it mildly for Dr. Zimmerman. And I said, yeah, but a lot of people didn't know how to take my sense of humor with stuff like that. So anyway, I thought it was pretty funny. So then I said, she said, now it's recommended that you have a breast exam every year. I see you did just have your mammogram. I said, yeah, a week ago, and the test results are back. They should be in the portal. Everything was fine. And so she said, so I said, do you think I really need to do it? Of course, they can't really tell you what to do or not to do. So she just kind of smiled and she goes, it's recommended. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. I wonder what he thought was different about, I guess, just the whole, I'm in bed with my wife and I'm not looking at them to, like I do on women that are my patients. I don't know. I didn't ask him. I thought it was rather funny embarrassing him. So I don't really think he was embarrassed either. He's just that kind of guy, that you can tease and cut up with, but he's also the kind of guy that, if you don't know him and you tell him something, or you say something funny like that, then, and he doesn't laugh, and you're thinking, oh crap, I just offended him, and I knew what I was asking him was not going to offend him in any way, shape, form. So, but it just kind of released a little bit of the tension on my end because, you're exposed to the world. Good grief. So, so then after the resident came and, did the thing, she goes, okay, well, you can get dressed, and then my attending physician will come back in with me just, to talk to you for a minute before, we let you go. And so, the attending came in. She was a female, very nice. And, she said, so I know, you know, she talked to you about blah, blah, blah. And I said, yeah. She goes, okay, well, she goes, if you have any questions or there's anything you need our help with, just feel free to call us anytime. And we'll see you in a year. And I said, okay. So I went on, scheduled next year's appointment. Okay. I think I've got this pretty good, y'all. I just felt like there was still a little bit too much green showing in some places. Over here, I need to put a little more white. And then I'm just going to run the heat over it. And then we're going to put the brown wax on it. Just slightly. I've got to find that gold wax, though. I want y'all to see the wax. Let me look over here real quick in this one area and see if I see it in my other container. Romano, this may be her. There's a car coming in. No, that's Jan. Okay, let me look in here and see if it's right here. Yes, it is. Hallelujah. Okay, now y'all, this gold right here is very bright, but when you put it on, it tones it down because I'll wipe it right back off. This is Pen Art wax paste in the color metal. But first, let's do the bare brown wax. And then we shall be almost through. I'm not getting any more comments. If y'all are saying anything, I'm not seeing them. Alrighty, let's get some paper towel ready.
Just said she will in 2 minutes.
Okay. Okay, I'm just going to use like this stencil brush that I use a lot for wax. So let me just start right here. Can y'all see where I'm starting? Well, you'll be back home before we leave, Ramona.
Probably.
Yeah, we're not leaving until 6:15, 6:30. Okay, now let me show y'all the difference. And I do think this was wise to kind of tone down that white. See how that blends so much better? So, I like this. I like it a lot. You like this, Ramona?
It's looking good.
Thank you. Come say hi for people who didn't see you earlier. Lean in here so they can see you. It's my Haitian son.
Hi everyone. Merry Christmas. Remember, Jesus is the reason for the season.
That's right. We'll have a good dinner and eat some cornbread and biscuits every day.
I know. I see you all escape.
Romano loves cornbread, y'all. I got to run to my private group. Make sure you let me know if you receive the Zelle. Thank you so much, sister. One of my sister friends here, Romano, sent you some money for your anniversary.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
So if anybody else got on late and didn't know, I told them about Romano's church anniversary every year. About this time, they do it around Christmas, and it's for people. I mean, it started out to be for people in the church, but they let people in the community come as well. And of course, when the community hears that they're doing that, then they all want to come. So the people in the church fix a meal, and then people come and eat. And then Romano likes to present each family with a real chicken that they can then take home and, you know, raise and use it when they need it for food. So it costs about $25 for one person, or one family, for a chicken. So I told everybody earlier if they would just, they can Venmo me, PayPal me, Maria Zelled me some money if you're interested in helping him out, and then I'll get that money out and give to him to take back home with him. Okay, let me show you
Right.
this side. All right,
Thank
have a
you.
good time. I'll
See
see
ya.
you in a little while.
I hope it doesn't get cold when I go.
Well, I told you, they said we may have snow showers. You ought to take your jacket.
Let me do it just in case.
He's from the tropics. He's not used to all this, although he loves snow. He got excited when we saw it the other night. My friend Lisa says, hello, Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you. Hello. Bye-bye. Merry Christmas.
Have fun.
Thank you.
Okay, so one thing I had said about this part, see this little decorative part down here, I thought we might want to do that in antique gold. I wasn't sure what y'all thought about that, but I had considered that. At first I thought about doing it in the what's that bright shiny gold called, but I think that's going to be too much since this has more of a vintage look. So I don't want to use the bright gold, but we can use the antique gold if you want to on this part, especially right here. So can you get on and read comments again and see if anybody is answering whether or not they think we should do that part in gold?
Okay, let's see if I can find my little Facebook app here.
Come on in here.
I think we're gonna have to fast forward a little bit.
Okay, let me wipe this off. I don't want it to get too dark. And remember, I am going to paint the back in the green just so it'll be finished, even though if anybody purchases this, it'll be to hang on the wall. And I will put it on my Crafting and Cruising page.
Lisa Corby says, hello, Merry Christmas.
She said that to Ramona because he said
Oh.
Merry Christmas to everybody
Thank
before
you.
he left.
Estella Clark is watching.
Okay, let me turn this upside down, y'all, so I can get in these little white places right here.
Maria Chapman's already run to do her private group.
Yeah, she got to go to private group.
Make sure to let her know that you received her Zelly.
Yeah, she told me Zell, not Zelly.
I think it's Zelly.
Y'all, this man. This man. Okay. That is definitely toning it down, and I like it a lot. And then we'll see. Now, remember the crackle on the, did I already put, yeah, I did put the second step on there. The crackle on the paper will not, it won't be as obvious. I'll show it to you. You'll be able to see it, but it's not going to be as obvious as it is on this wood because I'm just going to use very little of that gold wax to put on there just to kind of bring the crackle out. But that gold is bright, and I don't want a lot of bright on here. I thought I had my Totally Dazzled out, Ronnie, that had my fleur-de-lis in it, and I only found one, so I think I got the wrong box. I don't know that we're going to need one, but we might. Okay, Ronnie, why don't you find us a good joke in the book?
Good joke. That might
I
be
got
hard.
Rodney a
It
book.
might be difficult in this book.
I got Ronnie a book of church jokes that I thought was going to be good, but he's making it seem like it's not too great. He said some of them are like 3 pages long. I don't want one of those. Okay, while he's looking that up, I'll tell y'all this. I went to the eye doctor today. I'm trying to get all these doctor's appointments done while our deductibles met. Because I have very dry eyes. don't know if anybody else on here has that or not, but I do. And I have had it for years. The weird thing is they tear all the time, and people think I'm crying. Well, my eye doctor has had me on over-the-counter eye drops before, several different kinds, and then I had prescription eye drops. Bottom line is, in full transparency, and I was this way with him today, I told him the same thing. When you tell me I'm going to have to use something like 6 times a day, it's not going to happen. Only because I forget. So, I know that there's a procedure that can be done to alleviate dry eyes. I'm wrecking havoc trying to get my eye doctor to agree to it. But, so, I went today, and he said I have a moderate form of dry eye. I have a autoimmune disease, and that goes along with it, the can. But he also said with the medicines that I'm on, he said every medicine that you take, which is not much, but every medicine you take has a side effect of dry eyes. And he said, but I'm trying not to put you on a prescription to try to take care of your dry eyes, because sometimes that can just have the opposite effect. Great. So he finally decided that he was going to put me on some over-the-counter eye drops, and he said 6 times a day, and then he kind of looked over his glasses at me and said, I'm hoping to get 4 out of you. And he said, if you'll at least do 4, I'll be happy. And then he said, I'm going to give you a steroid eye drop to use once a day in each eye. And unfortunately, it's very expensive. But if you have one of those, what's it called, Ronnie? Good RX cards.
Yeah.
It gets the price down to about $80 or $90 a tube instead of $140. So anyway, right now my pharmacy's out of it. They're going to order it. But I asked him, I said, I want to ask you a question. I said, why is it that I'm told that I have dry eyes, but my eyes water all the time? Y'all, it doesn't usually do me any good to put makeup on, because usually I'm constantly doing this and wiping it off. Thank you, Jen. Love you, sis. And so I said, I don't understand that. And he goes, yeah, that's a good question. He said, I have a lot of patients ask me that, so let me explain to you. So I'm going to tell you what he taught me, because I learned something new today, and y'all may not know it either. We have 2 types of tears in our eyes. We have one from like a gland or a duct up, a gland up above our eye. That's the tears that come out when we're crying. And they are used primarily to flush our eyes of things that we don't, that like, you know, allergy, things we're allergic to and things like that. Then you have tears under your lid that keeps the cornea or the eye itself in good working order.
Tear glands. Yeah.
Tear gland, yeah. So when that is not working properly, then the ones up here try to compensate for what's not happening on the surface of your eye. Problem is, the tears up here are not sufficient to keep your eye to the level of moisture that you need. So your body is constantly fighting it, and you are producing, your body's producing more of these kind of tears that you don't need, and so it becomes a vicious cycle. And he's also said that the tears from up here don't have enough salt in them. I'm not sure, I didn't quite understand all that. But anyway, that's what he said. And so that made, at least I kind of understood more about why I have what I have, because it just is, I literally have had people come up to me in the store and say, are you okay? And yeah, why? Well, it looks like you're crying. Just wanted to see if you needed anything. No, I'm not crying. I just, I have dry eyes, believe it or not. So, anyway, I thought that was a pretty interesting thing to learn. And he said, in the winter months when people are using heat, you need to always have a humidifier in your room. You need to drink lots and lots of water. And
or go to Florida.
And only have 1 cup of coffee a day, which is not a problem for me because I don't have a cup every day. Anyway, so okay. Now, while I'm putting this other wax on, I need to know if you all think, hey Roxanne, if you all think that we need to put a piece of, this is the only one I can find right now, and like I said, it's a double fleur-de-lis up here at the top. No, that's hard to see. Could even move it up some more if I needed to.
Hello, Betty Jones.
Or not.
Hello, Roxanne.
I think putting it down here, it's too big. Do y'all like that there?
Lisa, what is Chalk Couture?
It's a company that sells stencils and paints and stuff. And also, what about this trim right here at the bottom of the floor? Do you think I need to go back with the antique gold and give it a little antique gold, or I could use a burnt umber and get it even darker? I need to know some thoughts y'all have. All right, let me put a little bit of this wax on right here. See how bright it is? Don't panic. Anybody answer that, Rummy?
No.
That's not, I wonder if the brown would show it better. Let me see. It's not really showing the crackle. With this clear coat on here, it's not letting the crackle. I mean, I can see the crackle, but it's not showing the crackle. Let's see. Put it right there on that area. Wipe it back off and see. No, I don't think this, I wish it would, because it's the crackle's really pretty on here, but it is not, it's definitely not showing up because we put that clear coat on.
You put clear coat after the crackle?
No, but that second step of the crackle is pretty shiny.
Sandra Hillis is watching. Dana Lett says no gold. No gold. Burnt umber looks more authentic.
Burnt umber looks more, oh, on the floor. Okay. Okay, y'all. Well, if you get in the right light, you can see the crackle, but you can't otherwise. So
Lisa Corby says put the floor on, but other than that, it's beautiful.
put the floor on, but leave it alone already, right?
Don't overdo it.
Do you want the floor at the top, Lisa, or the bottom?
It looks pretty cool on the bottom. That's my own opinion.
I do still think, oops, that this floor at the top needs something. I could do it brown. I could do it green. Hey, Tammy Adams.
You know, of all the green you put on, none's really showing through, is it? Or,
Yeah, it's showing through the crackle. That's what it was supposed to shown through. Let's put, all right, I'm going to put a little bit of this green on here, just on the bottom part, and if we need to go over it in brown, we can. Or if I need to sand it down, I can. But I'm thinking
Lisa says the bottom, she thinks.
Okay, the floor at the bottom. Okay. And see, by using these 3 different greens, it's not going to show up as one color, which would make it look, I think, better.
If you don't like it, you can always paint over it.
That's right. That's what I said. Bunny bread.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me get a little more of this painted, and I'll turn around and show y'all and see what you think about this color. Okay. There's the green. Put Fluor on. Oh, that's beautiful. At the bottom, I think. Use the Pent Art Umbra Antique Paste to bring out the fine line crackles. I don't think I have Pent Art in Umbra. I have it in silver. Let's see just what this does, and then if we don't like it, I can go over it, or I can go over it in the brown wax.
Yeah, the thing that you're picking up out of the picture, a little bit of green, but there's also lots of pinks in there. Is there any way you could highlight
There is,
with
but
pink?
if somebody buys this, I may not want pink. All right, do y'all like that green, or should I use the brown? I could actually dry this and go over it with the brown wax that I just used. It's not Pent Art. I put the dark brown on here on the print. Dana, it didn't work. It's too shiny. Alright, let's see what happens if I put the dark wax on over this green. Just kind of dab it a little bit. Then wipe it back off. Or we could try the gold. Hey, Blanche. Is my little sander out here? I think it's packed. Okay, let me sand some of this off and see what we think.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
Who was the greatest financier in the Bible?
The greatest what? Financier?
Yeah, financier.
The greatest financier in the Bible. See, I took a lot of that back off. The green looks out of place. Stick with the brown. The greatest financier in the Bible. Was it, what's his name? Not Solomon.
Yeah, Solomon was a rich one.
Solomon?
Yeah.
Was it Solomon?
Not him.
Not him?
No, it was Noah.
Noah was the rich man?
No.
The greatest financier?
Yeah.
Why?
He was floating his stock while everybody else was in liquidation.
Did y'all hear that? He was floating his stock while everybody else was in liquidation.
Then who was the greatest female financier in the Bible?
Greatest female, probably his wife.
Now it's Pharaoh's daughter.
Why?
She went down to the bank of the Nile and drew out a little profit.
Oh, did y'all hear it? That's a good one. Okay, I'm going to put a little more brown on this part up here, and then we'll see if we like it better. That was a good one. I like that. See, it does have some good ones in there. just gotta look for them. Okay, I'm gonna put that double floor at the bottom and let y'all see if you like it. It's so big. I don't know if you're gonna really like it when it's on there or
I thought I
not.
saw a little bitty one at the bottom.
I don't have a little bitty floor that I can find so far.
Well,
without-
you held something up to the bottom.
Yes, it was this double one I'm talking about.
Oh.
It's big. I mean, it's double. So, okay, let me wipe a little of this off and see what y'all think now. I just put a little bit more brown in the top part of the floor. I did not get all the green off of the bottom. I can go back and paint it if I need to, but I don't think that looks too bad. I think that looks pretty good, actually. Hey, Yvonne. All right, let me put this floor on here. I really wish this fine line would show on the paper itself where the crackle is. Like there's a bunch right there, a crackle. This just not showing up, you guys, unless the light hits it. Not showing up. Okay, I'm going to glue this on. So the bottom half of those. Okay, let's see. If we can put this on, see if you like it. Okay. Y'all see it? Can they see it in here, Ronnie?
We don't know yet. I'm delayed.
See how shiny that is? That's why the crackle's not showing. Thank you, Yvonne. I appreciate you. All right, does it need anything else?
Yeah, Yvonne, if you go back and check out the beginning, this started out as pieces of chairs and headboards and just odds and ends out of the basement. So it's been repurposed now.
Let me ask y'all this. Do you think that we should see where the see-through drape is coming off the top of the piano and then some down the front? Should we go over that lightly with diamond dust or not?
Oh, no.
See, it needs a little, I think it needs another little floor or something right there. I need to find another small floor. Y'all tell me what you think about the diamond dust.
Jennifer is back.
I know I have some more fleur de lis.
Oh, what are you doing? I'm going to prop this up. There. In case anybody can't see it. Oh my gosh, I will go back and check it out. So just send me your old chairs. We'll come up and make a frame out of them.
Yeah, y'all know MacGyver can do it.
Just kidding.
Anybody can do it, MacGyver can. I have so much bling. Is that gold, Rodney?
The one that's on there?
Or is it? Yes, it's the
a
brushed gold.
Yeah.
Okay, see if this one is too big to go right on that little flat part.
I hold it on like this. All to see.
You can put it on, you can take it back off if it's not good.
There is another little flat spot right up here that something could go if you want to.
Okay, do y'all think we need a fleur there?
Does it
These are
need
all
anything? Well,
crayons.
it's kind of odd to put a fleur-de-lis on a fleur-de-lis.
No, that's why I just sit down at the bottom. No,
Yeah,
down.
you said a fleur, but you mean a
Oh,
bling.
here's another one.
Piece of bling.
Okay, here's
All right.
a fleur.
I see we have some
This is big.
fun.
These are
Yeah, we have some fun scraps around here.
gold. I think I only have these fleurs in bright gold, but I think that small piece would just kind of pick up what's down below. What do y'all think?
I think it's not bad. It's not overpowering.
Yeah.
Just kind of complements the other. Let's see. No, DD. I like the
No diamond dust.
subtleness,
Okay.
light and airy.
Okay. Then let me try this other piece right here. Glue it on. Let's see what that looks like. Looks like it's already been glued on something.
And it's got a little glue there.
My smaller ones, I think, are in that
Let me
bag
see if
over
I've got
there.
a glue remover here.
No DD. I like the silverness. Okay.
So DD is diamond dust, huh?
Mm-hmm. And see, y'all, when my eyes water, then they end up getting crusty on top. I hate it. Last question. Should I put a top coat on here to make it shiny or leave it dull? The paper is shiny. And I am going to do the back in the green just so it'll all be complete. That's okay. It doesn't have to all be on. Okay, let's see here.
Is glue gun hot?
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me hold this one on here. I think it needed something there just to make that part kind of show up. Maybe some some rub and buff on the detail. You mean like around here? And around here? Do y'all agree about the rub and buff? Give me thumbs up if you like the idea of some gold rub and buff on the detail. I need some thumbs up if you do, or some hearts. If you like the idea of rub and buff on the detail. Rub and buff you have to be real careful with too, because it's easy to get it on there a lot. And I don't like it on there a lot. I don't see any hearts or thumbs up. Yes, and the ribbon under where you just put the bling. Put some rub and buff on there. Okay.
Yeah, that'll make the ribbon look a little different than the
Let's try it.
fleur.
Remember when you open up rub and buff and you hadn't used it in a while? Sometimes it has a bunch of oil on it. Okay, we'll do right here first. Now this doesn't really have detail standing up, so it's kind of hard to just put rub and buff in certain places. Very subtle. Alright, let's see about maybe around here. Okay, I'm just going to do this one and show y'all and see what you think.
Yvonne said that looks good.
Right here. I did it right here. Can you see that? Do you like that rub and buff? Alright, let me just get just a little on my fingers. I don't want it all over it. Just the high spots is really best with the rub and buff.
Yvonne says I like it.
Good deal. So mainly just around these little ridges on the legs.
Then it says Rub and Buff is a petroleum-based product that's also flammable, FYI.
Okay. What do you think, Ronnie?
It's pretty good. It brings out the
Well, can
different-
you look right over here at the actual and see what you think?
I think it looks good.
You do?
And
Can y'all see it?
especially if it's put somewhere where light can shine on it.
Okay, let me turn it around. Get this other side.
I'm just pleased that we were able to salvage those old chair legs and do something with them.
I love to repurpose, y'all, and that's why I don't do like shows and stuff. That's one of the reasons, not the only reason, but first of all, it's a whole lot of work. Some of y'all on here that do them can attest. It's just a lot of work, and I don't want to do multiples. I just kind of like to do a project one time and then that's it. Even when I was doing like making light bulb ornaments and stuff, I was not, they were all a little bit different and I wasn't making a lot of them. I just would make a few, mostly to give as gifts. Put some on my tree, and then one year I made some for a fundraiser for the African ministry we were with. For people to get as a
Thank you.
yeah, but what do you call it? Not a parting gift, but favor or something.
Lisa Corby says, I love this, so gorgeous. Linda Grandal is watching.
Hello, hello.
Crandall.
Thank you, Sister Lisa. Love you, sis. Y'all, we've made so many fun, amazing friends through the crafting community. I just can't say enough about the blessings that this community has brought to mine and Rodney's life. So many new friends that we probably would have never met otherwise.
Dana says that's what it needed to bring out the gold undertones in the paint, in the print, rather.
Yes, that was a very good suggestion, Dana. Okay, I'll turn it around just a minute. Let me finish getting this on here. I want to make sure my edges kind of all have a little gold. I've already got green paint on my pants. I might as well have gold Rub and Buff on my pants, huh? Doesn't do any good to wear good clothes when you're crafting, if you're like me. Now, some people are very neat, like Jennifer. But this girl is not neat in any way. And I got towels sitting right here that I could sit in my lap to protect that from happening. You know, but why would I use them, right?
You know what I've got that might be kind of cute?
What?
I've got some gold, not gold, brass, little brass pineapples.
Pineapples on here? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I was just looking at the top of the post where they've got the markings where they went into a turning lathe 100 years ago. That you could put a little pineapple on top of each of those little posts there.
Y'all like my glasses? And through my looking glass, I see Lisa Corby, Kimberly Wold. Who
Yeah, Kimberly
else?
I tried telling my cousin
Dana
about
Lett.
how amazing this community has been. Brings tears to my eyes.
Yes, sister, it does.
So Kimberly, how do you like the little framed painting there? It's not a painting, is it?
No, it's just a project. Now you know Kimberly's gonna like it. She's always positive.
Linda Crandall says it's pretty.
Thank you, Linda. Had to put some down here around this little part I forgot about. Yeah, those that gold rubbing buff did bring out just a little extra something something in it.
Yvonne says that is fabulous.
Thank you, Yvonne. Okay. Maybe just a little bit more up here on this ribbon. But I think we are about done. It'll take me an hour to get my fingernails clean before we can go to that event tonight.
You can wear gloves.
Yeah. It'd be fine if it was cold outside. Otherwise, they're going to think I'm a little formal for coming in there like that.
Kimberly says, I have been in meetings. This turned out so pretty.
Thank you, sister.
Joanne Wythe is watching.
Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, maybe it's white. W-H-Y-T-E.
Yeah, it is white. Now, y'all know that I could sit here and do this kind of stuff all day long. But as my sweet friend who's now in heaven, Lucinda, would say, Lisa, you're going to over-booger it. Okay. All right. I never heard. Do y'all think I need to put a clear coat on it or not to make it shiny, or leave it like this? And do you see anything else that needs to be added?
You probably need to turn it toward us. There you go. Who's that through the looking glass?
Let me get it a little closer. Clear coat or no?
Yvonne says leave it matte.
Leave it matte. Okay, that's one vote for matte.
Do you know how old is the frame? Well, Kimberly,
Rodney made the frame.
I made the frame out of some old chair legs and pieces of bed and maybe even an end table, just stuff I had in the garage. So the chairs, I'm sure, are 100 years old because they were real. There were some pretty ornate things, but there was not a stitch of any kind of finish or anything left on them. They were just completely bare wood. So pretty old. Kimberly says, I like it like this.
Good.
Look great as it is. It has a French provincial look, says Yvonne.
You know, Yvonne, when I was trying to make a paper myself today, hey Connie, that's exactly the style that I was trying to create, was something French provincial Renaissance. That's kind of what I was thinking looking at this frame. So great minds think alike, I guess. Okay, I'm just painting this back where some of the white came through from the paint, and I was going to paint the back side anyway. So thank you all. Thank you for your patience and support during this lengthy live. I really did not think we would get it through today. I thought I would have to come on tomorrow and finish it.
You see how these chair legs, you have the little holes in them where the rungs were that held the legs together. Some are broken off, some were pulled out, so I just left it that way on the back.
Okay, y'all, now remember, as soon as I get off here, Ronnie, do not let me forget. You may ought to set an alarm to remind me. In the comments down below, I'm going to put a link to Reba Rose Creations, my affiliate link. And I really want y'all, whether you buy anything or not, I want you to go see her creation. She is one of my favorites. She's so very talented. And I think you all will enjoy seeing what she does. So make sure you give Reba Rose a follow.
I think on the back you should note where the print came from. Just write it on the back,
That's a good idea.
and maybe, you know, a note about the chair legs and stuff, because, you know, it might be around for another 100 years.
Maybe. But you know, kids these days don't want anything their parents have had. When I think
Well, they
back
want
to
the money.
stuff my grandmother had that I wish now my mother had kept, and we had still had it. Oh my word, makes me sick to my stomach.
Now, what would you do with it, though? I mean, I've got a secretariat desk upstairs. It's got little spindly legs and all that I used all through college. No place for that.
I don't know what I would do with it, Rodney. I just wish I had it. What do you do with a lot of your stuff?
Put it in the attic.
Well, that's probably not where mine would go. But
Thank you, Dana. I appreciate that. She said nice craftsmanship.
he's very talented. He thinks he's not all that great, but I try to remind him he is. So I don't think we have any trips planned for the rest of the year, do we, Ronnie? Except to go to your brothers and sisters for Christmas and Christmas Eve.
I got that. I mean, I probably will do 1 or 2 more trips before, at least before the year's out, but none of them are firm planned yet. Probably will go to Charleston. I got time for 1 more week of travel.
Have y'all been watching this New York? I mean, not New York. Was it New York?
New York's where the shooting
Yeah,
was.
where the shooting thing. My friend Liz was telling some stories today about stuff she has seen on TikTok and the internet, and you know.
Did you go to Ron and Linda's already, says Kimberly. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am. We just
we
got back 2
did.
days ago.
We sure did. Had a good time.
And Lisa Corby, thank you for saying that. I appreciate it.
What'd she say?
She said you both are great.
Oh, I love you, sis.
And Kimberly says, I love Charleston.
Me too.
I think there's a big water heater down on the military base there that I need to work on. They just haven't set it for sure for me to do it yet.
Actually, when we went to Charleston, we went with Linda and Ron.
I've been a couple times. I've been
Well, I'm talking
several
about when
times.
we went.
Yeah, we did go once and spend
We went with
a
Linda
long
and Ron.
weekend down there and visited several things.
They have a timeshare down there, or they have a timeshare that you can trade in
Yeah,
and
they've
go
got
anywhere. Points, yeah. So we went to Charleston and stayed in an older hotel that had been converted to like an Airbnb. It was really nice, and just within walking distance of lots of places, so we didn't have to drive a lot of places, so that was fun. So I do love Charleston. I love North Carolina. I've often said if I lived anywhere else besides Tennessee, I'd like to live in North Carolina. I think I told y'all I used to say Atlanta. Not anymore. Nope. When my aunt and uncle and my cousins lived there, we would go down and visit, and I loved it. My cousin worked at Underground Atlanta for a glass blower.
Yeah, Kimberly, I've been by that big Boeing plant down there. They got, I forget what they call them. Lisa, you're going to paint you're going to paint the top green too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I sure am. What?
I don't know. Anyway, I saw those big airplanes that look like a whale, like a beluga whale or whatever, with the big humps, and they haul the wings and stuff in. Pretty amazing.
In Charleston?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yep, I was driving around down there by the base, and looked through the fence, and these huge airplanes were over there. And they don't look normal. They've got a big old hump on top of them. Tammy Y. Adams is watching.
Hey, Tammy. What was I going? Oh, I was going to say something else about Charleston. Now I forgot what it was. So if you could live any other place, where would it be? I'd be interested in knowing. I know what Lisa Corby's going to say.
Well,
She's going to say Tennessee.
pretty good place.
Maybe Maria Chapman, too. She's already gone. But, yeah, she would say Tennessee, I think.
I think I'm to the point where I could live a couple of different places, just different times of the year.
Where would you live?
Kimberly says those planes are called dream lifters.
Oh.
I'll probably spend a couple of months in the mountains and maybe a couple of months on a beach type area, maybe an island or something. I don't know. I'll let you know when I figure it out.
Well, yeah, please do. I might like to visit you sometime.
Yeah. Janice Williams is watching.
Okay, y'all. I always feel
Linda
better
Ward Nowkoski is watching.
when the back is done. I know it's not necessary. I know. But I like it better. I feel more like it's more complete. Know what I'm saying?
Dana Lett says Almafi, coast of Italy.
Amalfi. Oh,
The Amalfi
yes,
Coast.
girl. The Amalfi Coast. Woo, that would be nice.
And would you like to live there year round? Or just maybe a summer home, winter home?
Now, you know, they say there's no place like home. So, and I agree with that.
But home is where your heart is.
That's true. But I still think there's nothing like coming back home. I love to come home.
Yvonne agrees that the Amalfi Coast of Italy is beautiful.
Oh my gosh. I think that would be
Is that one of those
awesome.
places that's got lots of houses, different colors, all stacked edge to edge forever?
Probably, but it's built on the side of like a mountain. So pretty. So pretty. I told Rodney, I used to think I'd want a beach house if we had a second house, but I've about decided if we had a second home, I would want a mountain home.
Kimberly says they transport 787 fuselages from Japan.
Wow.
Inside those airplanes.
Good grief.
They're huge. Sorrento, Italy is my favorite place to
Sorrento,
visit.
That would be pretty.
That's what Dana said. Diane, Tattri, Tetri is watching.
Hey, Diane.
Yeah, welcome to the party. We're painting the back of a picture. The front looks better than back.
I'll show you in a minute. Husband. Do y'all's husbands ever do that
And
to you?
the Amalfi Coast also has the best limoncillo.
Limoncilla.
Limoncilla. Now, we had limoncilla in Dominican Republic. I wasn't crazy about it.
The fruit. Limoncilla.
Yeah, spit the
on
seeds
the
out.
trees. Yeah, I don't like lemon. I'm not a lemon person at all.
And they're not, quite like regular lemons.
We might ought to eat dinner before we go if you don't think this is a dinner.
I'll have to read up on it. See, they surely have some kind of snacks there. If not, I'll fill my pockets full of peanuts or something before I leave.
Oh, y'all. To be married to this man is always interesting.
Kimberly says, in the U.S., I would live in Nashville or Montana. Internationally, probably Switzerland or a remote island.
Ooh,
Kimberly,
girl.
you got the right idea. All four of those work for me.
I'm going to tell you one thing. Switzerland, yes, ma'am.
Like 3 months in Switzerland, 3 months on an island, 3 months in Nashville, 3 months in Montana. That'd be good.
Yes, I like how you think too, sis.
Might not be able to take her motorhome to Switzerland, but
Switzerland and Austria. Now, I would take Austria again, too. Y'all, I got to beat Liesel from Sound of Music when we were in Austria in all the places. I even walked down the church abbey and sang and got married to myself. Loved it. Loved it. I would go back in a heartbeat. But I don't know that I would. I mean, if I had to move out of Franklin, if I had to move out of state, then I would move to North Carolina. But if I didn't and I could stay in Tennessee forever, then I would stay right where I am.
Kimberly says Sound of Music's her favorite movie.
Oh, there is no telling how many times I have seen that movie.
Be careful, y'all. She'll break into song anytime.
I know. Edelweiss, Edelweiss.
Told you.
Every morning you greet me. Smile and light.
And you know, they said something about that being the national song of Austria. It wasn't. They made it up for the movie.
You look happy to me.
The hills are alive. That would be a dream.
When that movie comes on, I can just about quote every word. That's how many times
The part I liked is when the nuns took the distributor cap off of the Gestapo's car, so they couldn't chase them away.
A problem like Maria. Yeah, Maria Chapman. How do we solve a problem like you? I don't know here. All right, y'all. I will sign it on the back, date it, measure it. It's heavy. Somebody's going to buy it. It's going to cost a little bit to ship it. And I'll get Rodney to sign it too, since he, look at me, just put my hands right in the green paint. Since he designed it.
It turned out pretty good, Lise.
Thank you, Rodney.
Put that
Thanks for making it for me. Anybody want a dog? Kimberly, come get your dog.
You may have to just crackle the back to make it match the front.
No, I'm not going to crackle the back if it's going to be hanging against the wall. I finished the back. I'm not going to crackle it. You didn't even want me to finish it.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Sure I did.
Well, why'd you say, are you going to paint the top of it too? In the back.
I wasn't sure whether you'd be able to see any of that green through the hole in the top. Looks like it turned out nicely, though.
Would you please check and see if they're having dinner tonight?
Yes, I'll do that.
Because all I've had to eat today, y'all, is a fish sandwich from McDonald's. Y'all, did you hear that that guy that supposedly, allegedly, is the
Shooter.
of New York? No, you don't say that, right?
Oh, excuse me.
Facebook. That's why I was acting it out.
I got you. I forgot you're doing
Went
charades.
to a Starbucks as soon as he left the scene. And maybe, I don't know if it's before or after he got rid of the backpack in Times Square. I mean, in the, was it Times? No, not Times Square. Where was it? Park. Central Park.
Manhattan. Oh, right.
But then, when he was caught, they said that an employee in McDonald's, wherever that was in Pennsylvania, identified him. Y'all, they said that they identified him and he was showing a false ID. Why was he showing an ID in McDonald's is what I want to know. Anybody? I've never shown an ID in my McDonald's. Yeah, Kimberly, you know, I think there are some people that is very true. And there's, according to Liz Doyle, did you listen to her today? Our friend Liz. Not today, yesterday. You know, she's up on all the scoop on everybody and everything. And she said there's lots of different things being discussed, included that he wanted the guy to do that to him. Why? But I also heard that, you know, maybe he had been, the guy that was shot, maybe had been involved in some...
Are you spreading rumors?
Some not good dealings. No, I'm not.
Mm.
I just was talking about why he was having to show his ID in a McDonald's. Have you ever done that?
Lisa, I am internationally recognized. They don't need my ID. No, I've never had to show
Ooh, did y'all hear that?
I've never had to show my ID in McDonald's.
Oh, you think you're so funny. You're not, but you think you are. I mean, that part just makes me wonder why. Maybe it's just me. I think it's kind of weird. But the whole situation is sad. And if he has become like a Robin Hood sensation, they need to stop that. Nobody deserves that. Hey, Andrea, possible stole credit card? Maybe.
Or if he tried to
Maybe
pay with a
that's
credit card.
of why he had to show his ID. Oh, maybe. Didn't think about that. Yeah, that could very well be. Maybe on to something. Didn't even think about that. Although, I've never had anybody ask me to see my ID for my credit card at McDonald's either.
Probably wasn't coming up with a big red flag on it like his was.
I mean, I think it's pretty cool that that guy at McDonald's identified him. Because even though I had seen this picture that they were showing those pictures on TV, I don't think I would have recognized him.
I didn't think he looked like so much like the picture when they got him.
Well, without his hoodie, he really
if he
did.
put a hoodie on, it would have been better.
I don't know, y'all. There's, oh, guess what? The floor just came off. There's so
That's
much,
good.
so many people hurting in the world, and just so much tragedy. Why can't we all just live in peace?
An interesting idea.
Living in peace?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You write a song about
It's a
that.
neat concept, isn't it? Wish I'd thought of it. Okay. I know y'all are just hanging on to make me feel good, and I appreciate you more than you know, but feel free to jump off anytime. I'm just kind of, you know, still farting around. Am I allowed to say that on Facebook or not?
I don't know.
I hope they give him the reward. I hope they give him the reward money too. Absolutely. For a while, Rodney and I began to think there wasn't going to be any reward money offered. Took them long enough. I don't know, y'all. It's just inconceivable to me that anybody, first of all, that anybody thinks they can do something like that and get away with it. And secondly, that it would take so long for them to catch him. I don't understand that. He left supposedly on a bicycle. Whether electric or not, doesn't matter to me. If he left on a bicycle, that looks like to me in New York, there would be so many cameras around that would have picked up on him. And maybe there were, but, I mean, the way he did everything, he must have, he knew what he was doing. He wasn't any dummy. Y'all, I heard today that he had, you ready? Put it on.
It took a little chip off, didn't it?
Doesn't matter.
Now, let me see how it fits. Just put a thick one right down the middle there. Not that high. Right there. Is that where you had it right there?
Probably. No, I think that's too high. Hold
I
on.
was trying to cover that place where it pulled the
I
chip.
know, but let me see. It needs to be even. Move your fingers, please, so I can see.
It's going to take more glue now, I think.
Yeah, that's not even touching it. It's got to have some out by the sides
All
right here.
Go for it. You're the glue lady. I think we need to throw your oil away. It's leaking through your cup.
Anywho, y'all, I heard that he, first of all, is from a very wealthy family, and that he had a undergraduate degree and a master's degree in computer science. And he was valedictorian in his all-boys school, high school. Okay, I don't know what to do to make this thing stick any better. I may have to use a different kind of glue. It's probably because this has wax on here.
Ah, I thought about that.
Anyway, it's just a shame to me that anybody can be that disturbed and not get help when help is available. That's what I don't understand.
Is it centered?
It's centered as centered as it's going to be.
All right.
Okay, y'all. That's going to have to dry some more, and I may have to still go back and use some T9000 or something. But here we go. Dun dun la, dun dun la, dun 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 dun. Want me to look through that?
No.
Estranged from his parents. They said the ID he showed police was the same one he used for the hotel stay. His family owns 2 golf courses in Maryland. Oh my word. Let me sign this real quick. Rodney, you come sign this real quick. Wow. Well, I hope he got out of it what he wanted, because he might not ever see the light of day. I think this paint pen has about had it. Y'all, I have not even started my Christmas card yet. Not true. I did one and I didn't like it. So now I've got to figure out how to get my Christmas card done, or they won't get out. Rula, we're talking about the guy that, the
New York assassin.
The New York, what insurance company? United Healthcare.
Our company.
That's not showing up too well, is it?
I use black.
Here, sir.
I think I use black.
Well, he's going to use black. All right, I will we'll measure this and then put it on the page for sale. Also with the link for Reba Rose Creations, where the paper came from, with my affiliate link. And then I will, later on tonight or tomorrow, I will post the video, repost the video that Romano did about his anniversary dinner that he's doing at his church. So if anybody feels led to donate toward their anniversary party, where he hands out a live chicken to each person, each family that attends, so they can use it for food. That would be great. PayPal, Venmo, Zelle. All right, y'all. I'm Dean. I'm done. The floor is still on there. We'll see how long it lasts. I appreciate y'all. Here, Ronnie. And love you more than you know. And I will see you again, hopefully, on Thursday. Have a great night.